Okay, let's see. Hello, hello. What is happening here? Trying to get this mic going. Okay. It's so loose. Oh, we'll just have it like that. Test, test, test. We're good, we're good. Let's see here. Hello, hello. Test, test, test. What's up, what's up? Okay. I'm gonna just refresh everything here. This is... Ooh. Yes. You're gonna go from the top bottom here where you have the weekly fair value gap, which we close above already on ES. Not in Q yet. We trying to challenge this midpoint here. Try to mark more transparently. There we go. Oh, we marked the previous 15-minute gap here that respected it and now close above. Then we're gonna drop to the daily here. Daily fair value gap. I'm not gonna be too bearish, to be honest, until we get a nice closure under. That's when I feel like I'm ready to go downside. On the higher time frame, that is. In the 4 hour, this is not it. All right, replace. 4 hours is a little tricky, guys. This is basically a broadening range. We keep on taking the highs, we keep on taking the lows. We just swept this low under here now, if you see, and now we're trying to come back up. So basically just back and forth price action right now. All right. Okay, and I'll mark this as sell side. Then we're gonna drop down the lower time frame here to the hourly now. See what's happening here. Just awful gaps, lots of gaps everywhere. Not much to really work with here, to be honest. We could see this as an order block here, but I doubt this hold is such a large gap. And let's check the 15. How's the 15 minute looking like? Yeah, again, good if we get a closure. We do have 15 minute SMT here. That's what I'm seeing. A closure of under this would make it a good change day delivery. So I just want to mark this out as a potential right now. Let's just mark this right here. Good closure under. That would be a sweep already. A good closure. SMT. NQ doesn't need to sweep it. It'll be the same meaning here. So let's see. And I'll also mark this 15-minute gap here. This has been holding a few times already. The first tap, second tap. So if this does flip, that'll be a pretty good confirmation for us to really hammer the downside. What time frame are you on? It should show, I have in big here. It shows like NQ or ES. Pretty much here. Damn, why is this? Okay. Yeah, so SMT off these highs, ES made a higher high, NQ made it a lower high here. it just looks like choppy delivery. Bias does feel like it's starting to feel lower. If we get a nice close on the 15, we got closure in 3 minutes here. All right, let's see. I'm gonna say that we're online today too. What do you guys think? What's chat bias right now? All right, just gonna say that we're online, and then we'll get started today. We may have some giveaways today, guys. We haven't did that many lately, so maybe do a handful, maybe do 2, 3, 4. Who knows? Let's get the ball rolling. Let's get some trades in. How do you guys like the overlay? It's like transitioning. Is that cool? We gonna get an Apex Memorial Special? Shit, maybe. Hello, hello. Child prodigy. So I'm gonna try to keep today more simple. We try to get some good trades in. If not, we're gonna sit on hands. I think lately or last 2 days been a little tricky, and that I'm trying to go for a big risk reward. And when you're going for a big risk reward, you can take like some losses. You can take break even. Those are fine because the wins would still be like 3 to 4 times bigger than the losses. And that's what happened yesterday. And then there's a lot of trades. I probably wouldn't have taken the trades if I wasn't already planning on just scalping back and forth. But it's also for those who miss the big trades, you only get the small losers. So we're gonna try to switch it back up and just go for quality again. What's up? What's up? Oh, Tyler, do you want to do the duo stream today? I think we were talking about it yesterday, but you know, if you were down for today, I think tomorrow we have Lanto and Desi again. Okay, let's go. Let's get the ball rolling. See if Tyler can give us a special today. Let me pull it up. Create a room. Let me load it up, guys. We might need to use this actually. Video Ninja, was it browser? Let me see if I can get this connected. Let me know if you're able to join, Tyler. Need that Tyler special. So yeah, I think I'm waiting for a closure. I think a good closure on the 15-minute, especially on the ES here, would be tremendous for downside. Right now, I feel like it's just very choppy. We can play both sides right now. But what I did miss from last time is like confirmation and actually being within the trend rather than counter trending it. So let's see if we can actually go for this one. You bullish or bearish on NQ? I feel like I'm not gonna have a bias until we get a closure. Right now, be nimble. We play both sides here. Ty's probably getting ready. He's doing his hair and makeup. He wants to look the best. Check the 4 hour. Yeah, 4 hour looks good for upside. Honestly, that makes me feel like we want to pop up, but at the same time, we're just broadening range. So like once we get back to this midpoint here, it's not too easy to play here. And there's just nothing on the hourly. I mean, we're holding this OB here, which I do appreciate. So maybe, if anything, the bias is upside until otherwise. Right? That makes sense to me. So let's just hunt for longs. Where's OB? There it is. Which one is weaker right here? NQ is actually doing pretty decent, isn't it? So yeah, I think upside still. Not really much of a breaker here. I think if we get closure here, that would be decent. ES barely close above. We did flip this 1 minute here, so if this holds and we confirm the breaker, it'd be pretty decent to hold here. We gotta log back in chat. Yeah, yesterday wasn't my best. Honestly, I was trading, like Apex went green. I showed that, but then I was also trading my live funded. Yeah, I traded some after stream, traded some theory. It's like I was trying to make it back. I was up a little bit, but then lots of paper clips, and then eventually after stream, I was like, let me just keep on trading it. I don't know if you guys saw, but I showed my for the futures account had. It was only at 2,500. It hit the last day loss limit. Let me see. It just added up. Yeah, this is what I shared on Twitter. So this is, I started this account with 2,500, right? You can see I made like $3,500, about, is that 3,150 in payout? So like I was already like up in it. I was up more than I started with. And then yesterday I hit like, I think 1,500 loss limit on it. So rip to the My Fun of Future live. I mean, I made money out of it. TradeFi also took a hit too. I'm just not doing that good on my live because I'm always so focused on my Apex. Apex is the main priority since it's like 20 accounts. That's big for me. Because, you know, you do like $500 on 20 Apex, that's 10K already. I'm already kind of doing like $500, $1,000 on just live. It doesn't really matter too much, but yeah. Paper cut. No, I meant paper cut. I keep on getting mixed up. But yeah, those who are new, I trade very tight risk managed for the most part. If I'm using the same, all my fund is grouped together. It's basically like 2 contracts on average. I'm risking about 10 points, so like $400 average. That's like what I call between 7 to 10% of my total drawdown. So my drawdown is 5K. I want to risk $400 to $500 per trade. We are holding this area, this inversion, plus this fair value gap now. Looks good for upside here. If this had the breaker, I think I would play this trade. Pretty much here. Do you think Apex will give another 90% off? I hope so, dude. I feel like 90% off is really good for Apex. as a consumer. Resend the link. Oh, let me send it again. Okay. Let's see, we got Tyler in. Sage was Thrive's first payout. Sage actually, I would think he would not like Thrive, but that's funny. Because I thought he was against like MLM. Yeah, it looks pretty good for upside right now. We had this inversion, and then now we confirm this breaker. He has already confirmed the breaker already. It's just a black screen. Oh, I sent you the wrong link. My bad. There we go. That's the right link. I think we're trying to go for these highs. Be decent. The 4 hour looks good. Hourly looks bullish too. That's why we should have been looking for a low time frame flip. Oh, we got Tyler in the building. There we go. Let's see. How's our volume here? Did you say something?
Hold on. Yeah.
Let's see if I can hear you. I need to make.
Hold on. I gotta
him
mute.
smaller.
Let me mute YouTube.
He can't be bigger than me.
Yo, say something real quick, bro. No, wait.
Yo, can you hear me?
I can't see you in our chat.
Let me just edit this real quick. There we go.
Let me mute this.
Are you saying something? Are you talking, Tyler? I'm
Can you
not
hear
the
me?
best at this production, but let's see.
I look really laggy.
Let me see. How do I get his volume? Why can't I hear you, man? Let me see. I can, yeah. Wait, we can hear you both, no problem. I can hear him, that's why then. Okay, let me see. Can you hear me, Tyler? So odd. Here, maybe I'll just call you on Discord for audio. Just I think the stream said that you're good. We're good.
So close out the other one, bro.
No, you can keep the face cam on. That's fine.
Oh, I see. Wait,
Yeah, I think they can hear us, but we can't hear each other.
But now I'm hearing both. Hold on.
Oh.
Drive me nuts. Wait, say something now, bro.
Hey, yo.
Okay, we're good. We're good.
Wait, good on Discord or good on non-Discord? Oh, okay. I can hear
I'm
now.
good
Yeah.
now. I had both of the Discord and YouTube going, so it was the sounds were driving me nuts.
Oh, okay.
I was getting
I think it
like
should be good
double
then.
voice, you know?
Yeah.
Chat, am I good on your end?
Let me know, chat.
Yes.
It looks good for upside now. What do you think?
All right, let me take a look at the high. All right, I'm going to give you my analysis from when I was originally looking at the market. So after that huge move yesterday, I knew that we were going to have to at least rebalance. some portion of that move because it was astronomical.
Mhm.
But I didn't get any entries that I wanted to take the trade, so I was out of the market. I took a small trade on Apex today. I got like I think it was like $180 just so I could add a trading day to my accounts.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I could withdraw another 40K on Wednesday. So to be honest, the last 3 days I really haven't liked anything that I saw in the market. So I was staying out. I took a few flip trades to make like $150, but that was it. I had one big trade at the beginning of the week, but everything else I just didn't like.
Yeah, that's the last few days has been kind of tricky. Like, I feel like it's moving, it's like choppy, and then it just goes trend straight away, and like no entry models that you can really take traditionally.
But I knew after that huge astronomical move that price had to come up and at least rebalance 50% of that range, which it did.
Yeah, that's what I did today.
I knew that was going to happen, but I didn't get an entry model to get into that trade, so I stayed out of it.
Someone said there's an echo. Let me see.
Yeah, backside here twice.
Where could that be from?
Well, do you have my sound on the Discord call and YouTube, Brian?
Oh, are we still in Discord? Oh, let me just hang up Discord. Wait, say something now?
Wait, I don't think I could hear you now.
You can't hear me? Oh, you know what? I know what to do. I know what to
Brian, say something? Yeah, now I can't hear you.
do. Yeah, let me add myself in. Dude, I need to get better at this.
Okay, wait. I think I'm good now. No, but why do I hear myself twice?
Echo was gone. Yeah, that was from the Discord then. Unless, you
Mute
know what? Okay, how
here.
about this? Here, let me join back the call, and I'll mute you on Discord.
Okay, but can I hear you in the call? I couldn't hear you in
Yeah.
the call. Oh, now
Okay.
it's better.
Yeah,
Now
yeah,
it's better
so-
on my end.
Shit, I need to figure this out.
Wait, chat, do
This-
you guys hear me good now?
Someone
You're
said good,
echoing.
yeah.
No, it says I'm echoing.
You still echoing?
Chat, am I still echoing? Little echo. Shit. No, chat, I'm just using my
I mean, I think most of you guys are saying it's good.
it might be my room.
Yeah, it could be.
Just normal room echo. Yeah.
You need,
Yeah,
you need to get in the
I
closet.
don't have a lot in here. Just a bed. You need to furnish it. Yeah, I know, chat. I'm getting around to it, all right?
All right. But yeah,
All right, Brian, what are we looking at from your perspective? What are you seeing?
I'm feeling as long as we hold the hourly, the 15-minute, I'm kind of leaning upside, but also leaning that is like choppy. Like I can see range bound delivery, but leaning upside. We also swept the 4-hour yesterday, and then we're coming back up. So I think by default, I have to look upside. What do you think?
That was my bias was where I was looking for longs today for sure, especially from yesterday. But I didn't get my entry model, so I just stayed out. But
Yeah,
who knows? We can get a bunch of volume coming in like yesterday. You never know.
I think we just try to
I'd
hunt
like
the
to see
longs
us
here.
pull into maybe that 4-hour fair value gap.
Mm-hmm.
At least come up and test into it. You see that 4-hour FVG?
On
Maybe
and
we
here,
can-
yes. Where are you referring to?
What's on the left? I can't see, bro.
On ES, on ES.
Yeah, on ES.
Yeah. I see that. That's where we're trying to. I think that's where we're gonna head up
You've been
to.
trading.
Let me make this bigger.
More entries on ES, right? Recently.
Yeah, it's because you know what's funny? It's because ES has been just stronger lately.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, just take whatever's looking better.
Yeah. We just
Bond
make this a
auction.
little bit larger.
Oh boy.
I do like upside right now, and I feel like NQ just feels a little bit more weak compared to ES again today.
Yeah, I mean, don't force anything if it's not there.
Yeah.
I know chat wants you to take a trade, but
Today is,
it's better.
dude. Today has been kind of, or not today, but like just this week has just been a little bit messy. I feel like not even just me. I talked to like many other
Right.
traders and streamers. They're like, we gotta take a vacation.
Last week was bad. The last 2 weeks have been bad.
Yeah.
I think out of the last 2 weeks, I took 2 trades. That was it. Like real trades, not flipping trades to just get my trading days on Apex. Like actual trades. But I'm in no rush. I'd rather just wait for the A+ setups and,
Yeah.
I'm treating these accounts super serious. I'm not taking any, garbage trades that I wouldn't, treat like it was on a live account.
Yeah. I'm looking for longs right now. I'm seeing that there's I think we're hitting the breaker again. We just hit the top of it. Let's see what we can get here.
Yeah, let me actually take a look at a little bit of a higher time frame because I'm no 1 minute king like you. I will never be good at that. Yeah, it's just, this is horrible. If you look at the 5 and 15, it's just been pure chop since 9:30.
Yeah.
I can't even look at that. It's ugly.
It looks good for upside. I'm still moving right now. We did that flip already. I think we should have took that long earlier. It looks like back inside this breaker. What do you think about the Apex email? Have you seen it? I gotta share it.
Yeah, I was talking to you about it yesterday. I think that there's nothing wrong with that email at all. I think what they're trying to do is just get away from the gamblers, treating this shit like it's a casino. It's not.
Yeah.
So if I was running a firm, I would do the same thing. I'm gonna be completely honest.
Exactly.
What people are doing is they're trying to manipulate the rules, and it's the only people that are bitching about it are the people that are cheating. I'm being serious. I've never had a single issue with Apex. Every single time that I request a payout, it's approved within 2 days and on a Sunday. If you don't break the rules and you treat it serious, they're going to pay you. There's no problems. Anyone who's, bitching about it and saying the rules, this and that, it's because you're breaking the rules and you're trying to take advantage of them.
Yeah.
Chat, you have to think about it. You're leveraging 20 accounts. They have to be strict. They're a business at the end of the day. You have to look at it from their perspective. I know you want all the holy grail rules. You're never going to get that. I'm sorry. These people have a business to run. They're not forcing you to buy accounts. If you don't like the rules, don't trade with them. But for a company to give you the access to leverage 20 accounts, what do you think? They're going to have to be more strict. It's just the way it is. To go all in like I did. I had $3,000 that I've allocated towards Apex. I already withdrew over $80,000. So what firm is giving you an ROI like that? None.
Yeah, no, I think that too. Like, what do you think? Like, you got denied, I think, once or twice before, right?
I got denied twice, but it was my fault. I did.
Yeah.
It was the 30%. It was a 30% windfall. So.
What do you think? Well, yeah, like if let's say that you break the rule this time, moving forward, you might get punished for it. You might get like your contract limited. You might get what else was there? Like the profits, you can't withdraw those profits. You only withdraw new profits. Is that anything that concerns you at all?
No, I think what they're doing is like any other firm. They have to do what they need to do to survive. You're not going to get everything that you really want. They're going to tighten rules up, It's just the nature of the business.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I want to just hear from other people's opinion because for me, I'm like,
I think that what I was seeing on social media is that I think people are overreacting to it. To be completely honest, I didn't think that email was even that bad. It just simply stated that they don't want people taking advantage of the flipping rule and going for a big trade and then just trading another 8 days. You're manipulating the system. So what do you expect?
Yeah, that's what I think too. I'm always like the believer of like just do whatever you need to do, whatever the rules are. You gotta adapt and thrive, and if you like instead of just like complaining, because that's what people opt to usually. They're like, oh, I don't like this rule, I'm just gonna complain and blame the rule. They'll blame the consistent rule. Let's say for not making enough money. They're like, oh, it's because it's a rule. I can't leave the runners. I can't make enough more money because of it, and there's various other things. When prop firms are just such a good leverage business where you have to follow their rules.
100%. Nobody's like I said, nobody's forcing you to buy these accounts. If you don't like the rules with Apex, just don't trade with them. It's very simple. But as far as an ROI and scalability standpoint comes, they're the best in the business. No firm could even come close. It's night and day. I all in for my 20 accounts was about $3,000. Even if I burned my accounts, right? I still made 80 grand already. Whatever ROI that is, it's really insane.
Let's see. Okay. Someone said, please don't let this guy talk. He looks like a gang member.
Yeah, whatever. That guy's a jerk off. You don't like the way I talk? Leave the stream. See you later, pal.
Looks like a gang. I mean, we don't deny that, but that's the thing. Traders, anyone can trade. You could have someone that looks like a nerd or geek or a jock or a gang member. The trading is a free world, which is great about it.
Yeah, whatever. There's zero self-respect. Okay. I don't care what you say, dude. It doesn't matter to me.
He said, who's this thug on stream? Oh, so people are asking about your chart fanatics, by the way. You have any updates?
Oh, yeah. Riz actually, on his Twitter, he said mine's dropping soon. I don't know the exact date of that. He said soon. It could be a week, it could be 2.
Are you next, or like, is there other people in line? Because there's a lot of people
I
videos,
don't know
right?
what his plan is. I just know that a lot of people want to see it, and I think what he's doing is maybe just building the hype up to it. Because he said that he's been getting a lot of reactions that people want to see it. So I think it's going to do pretty well with the numbers wise, and I think maybe he's just trying to push it off to build a little bit more hype to it.
Yeah, I mean, he pushed off Kane first, and now Jade Cap.
Kane and Jade Cap, granted, they deserve to go first.
Yeah, they did very well too.
Yeah, of course.
How do we know this guy's legit? People can say whatever they want, but stats don't lie. If you look at my trading for Apex, you look at his. I think, what do you at now? Like total, including withdrawals. I think you had 500K last time we spoke.
With withdrawals from Forex and
no, just for Apex, because these are they're like, oh, Forex doesn't count. Yeah, just Apex.
Yeah, Apex right now. I did 80,000 so far.
Yeah, 80,000, but your balance.
Oh, my overall profits is over $500,000.
Yeah, so 500K in 20 accounts. That's 25K per account right there, and then you got some few withdrawals already.
Yeah, I mean.
So stats doesn't lie, guys.
Listen, I don't care. They can talk shit all they want. All I know is I've done close to $1 million in 6 months of trading.
That's why I want to bring in the real traders.
Nobody else can do that. So you guys could talk all the shit you want about me. I'm cool with collecting my payouts. Doesn't matter.
We're only trying to bring real traders in here, guys. You gotta vet them out.
I don't listen, and at the end of the day, I don't sell a course. I don't have anything to sell you guys. I strictly make my money through the markets. All the info that's coming out is all for free, coming from probably one of the biggest podcasts on the YouTube space right now. I could have monetized this. I don't make a single dollar from anything that I'm going to give to you guys. So I'm the furthest thing from that.
He doubled down. He's like, yeah, but proof? So many people talk. Again, we're not talking about
if I was a scammer, I'd be selling the course. I don't even have a Discord.
No. Dude, besides that, real payouts are thing. It's already public. You can verify it. Just like my payouts, dude. My payouts, I post them every time. You can see them.
Go to my Twitter and see. I don't fake anything.
They might be rage baiting. I have no idea.
Yeah, you guys could say whatever you want. I have a $51,000 payout from one of the biggest Forex firms in the space. I did that on one trade. It was a 51R trade.
Are they rage baiting? Some of these doesn't make sense. Even gang members can make it.
That hates me today.
No, it's just one or two guys. That I think that's it. Definitely
I got
rage
nothing to
baiting.
lie
Yeah,
about. I got nothing to lie about.
we're hunting, guys. We're hunting. I still like upside. I think entries down here have been very ideal, but let me see what we can work with right now. Yeah, something here would have been stop lows. I would like that in hindsight.
Yo, Chad is funny.
How long did it take to become profitable? Oh, I think he's asking you. You want to share that?
I've been trading for 6 years, so I didn't.
When were
really
you consistently
trading
profitable?
didn't really start taking off until about a year ago.
Oh, so like you're like 5 years of just figuring it out basically. You probably made some money. You also lost some, but you still like probably net good. But then like the recent year.
I would like to say my total, but I took a long time off of prop firms. I didn't trade. So my total put in, like what I lost through prop firms when I was struggling through those 5 years was probably like $15,000 to $20,000.
Mm-hmm. That's not bad.
So yeah, I mean, I'm almost up $1 million. So I'd say that's pretty good.
There.
I didn't
looking for long.
I don't really spend my money, guys, to be honest. I have a lot of it put away. I put it into investments. I don't have a flashy lifestyle or anything like that. When I got my first big payout, I told myself I wanted a watch, so I bought a Rolex. That was the only thing that I bought. But yeah, I have a lot of money in crypto. I have a lot of money put away for other investments. So.
Let me see.
Yo,
we're just pumping, chat. I want to see if we get a good trade today.
Chat, what's with the negative energy today?
I don't understand. Some of them might be red. I don't know. It's a tough day, tough week.
The haters get to me, bro. They do.
Just don't let them get to you, man. You know what you're doing.
I hate it.
You know, it gets to me too on Twitter when they're like, "Oh, you run through accounts," or "You're a gambler." It's like, is it me gambling if I 10x my return investment? Like even my Apex right now, like I spent 20, let's say, like I don't know my expenses right now for Apex, but I know probably more total. But like right now, like my Apex been running for like 3 months. I probably spent like 5,000-10,000 on them, maybe. And we already extracted like 200,000+ this year to date.
That's great, bro.
And then people will be like, why are you blowing accounts? Or why are you rolling through them? It's like, sometimes you have those tilt days or you self-sabotage.
Yeah, you just have to be accountable. That's it.
Yeah. And I feel like people get unrealistic because they're like, you need to get like 20, 50 return investment. But like, even if you're like, I don't know, like something low, I feel like to me, be like you put in like 3,000, make 9,000. That's still profit, You just want to work on getting it better.
At the end of the day, if you're green, you're green. But a lot of people. The problem is with Apex is that I feel like people don't treat the accounts as serious as they should. Like if you're trading any other evaluation account, there's no way that you would treat it the same way that you treat your Apex accounts, and that's where a lot of people go wrong.
It's because it's so cheap too. Like it's like 90% off. Like, oh, you can just trade them, and I think once you realize like it's so leverageable, and then you get real money about it. Like 20 accounts, you make a few $100 times 20. That just makes it into a few thousand now, and that's real money once you get a payout. So like it's like you gotta really lock in here. And the bright side, the very best thing about Apex is once you get back past the buffer, it's like a real count. It's like a really cash count. But for the 150K, I think it's like 5K buffer. Once you get above it,
they're the only firm I'm really focused on. I have a huge goal. I want to do that $1 million, and I ain't gonna stop until I get it. I'm getting closer and closer each week. On Wednesday, I'm gonna be able to request my third payout, so that'll be 120K in about 24 days. and then I got 2 more, and then we're gonna go for the mill, guys. That's the goal.
Go for the mill.
2 million.
What if they move you live first? Are you still going for like they would consolidate those 20 accounts into like I don't know.
No, I don't want to go live.
No, prop firms. There's no choice. It's like if they move you, you have to move. They'll consolidate it all.
Well, I'm hoping it doesn't get to that point, Brian.
Well, here's a news slash, Tyler. The email they sent. If you read in the bottom of it, I think did I share it? They're saying we're doing this also to push people live. The next few weeks, you're gonna have more live traders in a live focus.
Well, I'm
for you doing good.
That they miss me and they sweep me under the rug. I just want to get my mill, and then I'm gonna put that into my personal account. I just actually opened. I was doing discount trading, but they never got back to me. So
what's discount trading? Is that broker?
Yeah, it's a broker because they have really good margins, but they never got back to me about opening the account. So I opened a Ninja Trader, and it's finally up and ready to go, and I'm really excited to start trading that. Yeah,
that's good. So you would rather have 20 accounts with like let's say 20K each, or one account with 400K balance?
1 account with 400K.
Oh, so you wouldn't mind if Apex move you live then?
Yeah, I'd rather have one big account.
Oh, that's what they will do then. They'll consolidate all your profit balance over that 20 accounts to one.
Now, if they do that, Brian, would I have to start the trailing drawdown over is the question.
No. That'll be complete buffer. So like you have 400,000 to yourself. The only way you blow the account is if you hit $0 liquidation again. That's how most live works.
And it's daily payouts?
Yeah, daily payouts, 90-10 split.
You know what? Then I'm open to that.
Yeah, that's not bad when I think about it. That's what they propose.
Yeah, I'm cool.
Yeah. No reason to go live with Apex. Here's a fun fact too. Like I think Apex doesn't really want you, or they want you live, but like they don't need you. They probably rather just pay you out. They give you the option too. Like if you want to take the whole money, or like say you have 400K, like you can just withdraw like 350 of it and just have 50K left over. I think they'll allow that too.
You're saying, Brian, that there's a chance that they would also just want to pay me out?
Yeah, they could.
Like whatever's in my account currently.
It's up to you. It's just your preference really. I've seen it through a lot of traders.
They would ask me, would I prefer to go live or take the money and just be paid out?
Yeah, and then when it's big balance. Yeah. When it's big balance though, I think they'll just ban you after. So like 400K, that's probably a straight ban right there. They're like, okay, you made us.
Listen, if I take 400K, right, and my initial investment was $3,000, I'm okay with getting banned.
How much is that? Is that like?
To me, the job is done where I now have the amount of capital that I need to go into my live account and use moderate risk, and I'll just grow that. That's the whole name of the game, right?
Yeah.
We get into the prop space to build our own capital. I think people lose sight of that, and that's where a big issue is. That you should treat this as the end goal is to have your live account.
That's what I'm doing. I'm basically funneling a lot of my profits into other investments, and then also pushing it into like swing accounts. Like I don't want to keep on scalping. I want to just use that big money I have. That's why I have like I don't know how much I have in my Robinhood now. Probably like 500 something. That's like most of it just from prop payouts. I just roll over.
Yeah. So that at the end of the day, what my goal is to, if I can get to the million, that's what I want. And then after that, I'm going to be honest, I'll probably be done with props and just be focusing on my live account.
What's the next step though?
Now I feel spoiled now, Brian. Like getting a $40,000 payout as opposed to just, a 5 or 4. I know it sounds crazy, but I just feel like now I'm like to the point where that's not enough, and I'd rather just allocate my time to the live account.
I get that.
I don't know, and I feel like there's too many rules with these other firms. They're capping you. They got this rule, that rule, and I'm just solely focused on Apex, and then I'm gonna move my my funds to a live account and just focus on that.
Are you like, I guess in this scenario, like if they just pay you out like option to pay out 400K, like are you moving all that to a live, or are you just like
no way?
Or something?
I'll probably move. I probably move like 50,000 over and just grow that, and then from there I'll allocate the other money to other investments that I feel put some into other avenues outside of trading to just have income that's coming in that's passive.
How do you feel that the government's taking a third of that?
Yeah, it sucks. But obviously, at the end of the day, if you're paying taxes, you're making good money. You know,
Yeah.
that's a good problem.
There's only
Uncle
one
Sam,
solution to that,
and that's
other
why
than
also
tax evasion.
you need a good accountant. I just got a good accountant.
More money, more problems. So like, if you have taxes, you gotta make more money.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's it. Listen, it's the nature of the business. Unless I move to Puerto Rico,
Yeah, it's Puerto Rico or Dubai. That's like the most.
that's the goal. Well, no, Dubai, the U.S. tax law follows you unless you renounce your
Oh,
citizenship.
really? See, I don't know.
Yes.
That's what I heard from a lot of traders and other businesses that like.
If you go to Dubai, the U.S. tax law is going to follow you.
Yeah, I have no idea. I just seen people do it, so I'm like, and
Yeah,
people talk about it
Puerto
too.
Rico, that's why a lot of traders are in Puerto Rico. It's because the capital gains tax is so low.
Yeah, would you live in Puerto Rico for 6 months to save like hundreds of thousands?
Bro,
Taxes?
of course. What kind of question is that? Without a doubt.
I would want to too, but yeah, I have family and everyone here too. I'm not sure.
Think about it. Puerto Rico to Miami for me, that's like a 30-minute flight. It's not that bad.
Oh, that's good too. Yeah, that's smart.
So you got to keep that into account too. It's really not a far flight for me.
You know what? You can just fly back and forth too.
Yeah,
just go back.
I would have to spend, I think, at least half a year there.
Yeah, 6 months there, and they'll track it based off like what, your passport or something, or wherever you're registered to.
I'm not sure about like the intricacies of that. I'm really not good at that. All I know is that it is a thought in my head to potentially get a property there, and then it's a tax haven, and I think I heard something that maybe that tax law could be coming to an end.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, the capital gains tax. Well, technically, Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory, so you don't need to renounce any citizenship.
Is it going to become a 51 state or no? That's what I heard like years ago. That was like 5 years.
Do you even need a passport to go to Puerto Rico? I don't know if you do, since it is technically a U.S. territory.
But that'll save me a lot because like I'm basically pulling in like 100K. Like
I
think April was like
Wheeland. Yo, there he is, that fucking dirtbag. Dude, you're a loser, bro. Yo, Patty, you're a jerk off.
Why did Pat come here?
I don't know. I hate that fucking guy.
He's trying to push me off our
Patty,
game.
unban me on Twitter, you fat fuck. He's got nothing to say now, right? Do you need a passport for Puerto Rico? It was a question, you fucking loser.
That's how you know
Patty,
Patrick was sitting here watching.
BDH, bro. I'm in Miami. Let's go, pal. How you doing?
Pumping, look at that.
Tough guy. Patty, unblock me so you can talk shit to me on Twitter. Yeah, you got no balls, Patty. 0 sack. Negative sack. Patty, I'll come to the BDH and box you, pal. I don't even know who you are. Well, you blocked me on Twitter, so clearly you do, right? Clearly you do. I'll show it right here. Yo, how can I unblock someone? I don't know. Well, I'm going to tell you right now that I'm blocked. I'll show that you are a pussy. Here you go. Here you go, pal.
Now you're in the
right
topic
here.
For the next few posts he's going to be.
Okay, here you go, jerk off. Here you go. You see it? Yeah. No, I'm just saying that you talk shit more than anybody else on the planet, and that you are a literal fucking jerk off. You talk shit about Brian. Most of your money's made through affiliate commissions, and you're just a fucking dirtbag.
Sounds like, dude, Tyler got more beef with Patrick than me.
No, I just don't like the way he moves. I don't respect him at all. I made $1 million. Oh, dude, I'm close to $1 million right now. Jerk off. How you doing? Go check my Twitter, bro. I'm at like 800K. So you could say anything that you want. I don't know what you're laughing at.
What are we looking at, chat? It's just pushing higher.
I don't know. This guy's
I
a
want
clown.
NQ to draw higher.
I've been waiting for him to come in here. Absolute clown.
How many of you guys were able to grab longs earlier? We got the 1 minute flip there. Little breaker. I was hoping we get a better retrace there. Trying to let this play out until we get something clean. I think the 2 p.m. Is about to close here, so we're at the 4-hour closure.
Yo, that shit was funny. Haha, dude is frozen staring. Yo, you.
He's trying to get you off your game, man.
Oh, that made my dad.
1 more minute for the 2 p.m. closure here. Looking for this closure. I mean, that's the... We're still aiming. I think we still draw to 5,900 here on ES. That's going to be the goal for this PM session. But it's been pretty tight chop here.
Bro, I'm getting water real quick. I'll be right back.
All right. It's been pretty slow trend upward so far. Should have been able to grab that longs earlier. Right, I used to be friends. Still think this is potentially just range bound, but I still want to lean upside if I'm trying to pick a bias.
Yeah, we always hit in Asia, Brand. Of course. Always. Asia's where it's at.
SMT here. That's like the third drive on NQ. Do I see an invitation to the BDH there? Tyler security. Yeah, I'm trying to still get this longs, but I'm not sure where I can tag it in from. It's still pumping. Anyone in chat longs right now? I think we're gonna try to smack these highs through 30s, and eventually the 4-hour just really just looking like we're gonna take out this turtle high previously and drive into 5,900.
Saratoga's good.
haven't taken anything yet.
Bro, this price action's despicable.
Yeah, no, I don't mind it too much. I'm just waiting. I'm just patiently waiting, seeing if there's that entry mode I can take. But I feel like that's a theme this week. Like, it's so little retracement that, like, if you miss it, it's hard to get that entry continuing. Brian, I was disappointed that Brett Sim didn't have you on stream today. I think he asked. I think I have. I should be booked for next week. We got the Brian Stonk on TradeFi TV. Brett's gonna probably book you too, Tyler, if you want to pop
What?
in.
What?
For, you know the TradeFi TV thing that they're doing.
Was the first episode today?
Yeah, it was today. It was just
Yeah,
like no guests though. It was just I think just introducing the three hosts there.
I gotta reach out to Brett. I'm down to go on that for sure.
Say Brett, it's gonna be $200 per hour minimum.
Wait, it's paid?
No. You gotta request for
what?
it.
Nah. I thought you were for real. I was like, what?
Just don't even mention it. Just after you do your hour bit, just send them a bill. Be like, okay, here's the invoice, $300. Keep on upping
Nah,
it.
I do this for fun. I don't need that. Yo, Asia session's been clean.
Asia has been nice.
That's where I thrive. I've been staying away from New York. Asian London Open, that's where I cook it up.
Yeah. You know, March, I think mainly, but also April. Those are like the 2 months that happened recently where I had the best runs for Asia. It was like 90% win rate for like 20 days. Yeah. Basically, majority of the month, and hasn't been hitting the same this month. So that's why I just been stepping away. I think I took probably this week. I traded one time as a loss, and I didn't like it anymore. So I'm just gonna wait until it gets more clean. I'm gonna try to wait for next week and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, just go off of what your data says, you know, right? If you're more successful in Asia, but it's like, do you want to stay up at that time? But whatever the data is, you know, you got to come to the market at that time. For me personally, my data showed that I wasn't really as successful in New York. My setups weren't as good, and I just liked the price action of Asia and London Open better. So even though I got to get up early, I'd rather just know that my setups are going to win more.
Yeah.
You know? But I had all this data written down. I had years and years of back-tested data. So I was like, all right, let me try each session. And then I would go through FX replay and I would test each session. And, you know, slowly, little by little, I realized that Asia and London typically, like London Open was my best session.
Yeah, you know, I have a unfair advantage trading Asia, right?
Why is that?
I got my people on the ground telling me.
You know, I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to offend you.
That's it.
Shit. Yeah,
that's what people were saying when I was like on my hot streak. They're like, "This is not fair." Anyway, you got people on the ground.
Yo, bro, I wanted to say it, but I didn't want you to get upset, so I didn't.
Gotta embrace it.
Of course.
Yeah, another SMT here with NQ making a lower high, ES taking a higher high here. What do you think about the current price action right now, like where it's sitting? You think this is gonna be more range bound?
I just think the volume's dried up for the day. You know, I mean, unless you're gonna be trading power hour, maybe you get something, but you know, if I look at the hourly, right, and and I take the range. So this is what was in my head. I'm going to try and explain it as best I can. Is that if I was looking at the move, it happened at 1 o'clock yesterday when that news came out. We had a huge move. I mean, I don't even know how many points that was. But if I take the range, I knew that today we were going to at least come up and rebalance that by 50%. I thought the direction of the trade today would be that, and that was in my mind when I came to the market this morning. So what I wanted to see was I wanted to get an inversion during the macro or during New York Open, but it actually occurred a little bit earlier and I didn't take it. So that would have been one of my A+ setups, but I didn't get the entry, so I simply just stayed out.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew that price really, I mean, after a huge move like that, it had to come up and at least, fill some part of that range. Even if it wants to go lower, it needs that to go lower. It was just such a huge move.
Yeah.
But that's me looking at the higher time frame. Like, you trading on the lower time frame, you really don't need any of that. Like, you could catch a 10-point move. It doesn't matter which way the higher time frame is really showing, because the market can move that way in any direction. It doesn't need higher time frame structure. You know what I mean? The bigger the time frame that you're going off of, the more you need to respect the higher time frames. When you're trading on a 1 minute, it can go 10 points in any direction at any given time.
Yeah, I'm mainly just looking at the 15-minute as my kind of like my bias that you would probably look on the higher time frame. That's mine, and then we'll just see if we can find something that aligns with it on the one. Everything's just been holding pretty well here for upside.
Yeah, it has been. Yeah. I mean, it's been holding that fair value gap pretty well now, bro.
Yeah. Which we did take the high on ES, so I'm not too I wouldn't be surprised if we do want to flip here and just keep on just range bounding. And maybe we'll, since we couldn't get the long, maybe we'll try short.
Looking at this, it's just hard for me to go off 1 minute structure. I was never good at it, bro. I was so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just too much for me emotionally to be in the trade. I don't have enough time to react to things, and I journaled all this when I first started trading. Is I started out on the lower time frames. There was a time where I tried an ICT model on the 30-second, and it was so bad. I was an emotional wreck. So when I really started, going the 30-minute, the hourly, that's when my trading really started to take off. Is that I was looking at less candlesticks during the session, and I was focusing on how individual candlesticks closed at which specific time during the kill zone. So when I took all that data in and then I refined it more and more, that's when my trading really started to take off. So I was like, all right, let me just stay away from the lower time frames. And ever since then, I never looked back.
People were asking what time frames do you take entries, and I guess you can add on what time frame do you.
I haven't been looking at the chat. Sorry, chat. Okay, so let me answer some questions here. So normally I'll enter off of the 30-minute. That's really that's where I made most of my money, is trading off the 30-minute. The only play in my playbook that I do have that I take on a smaller time frame now that I added in is it's a 9:30 reversal play, or I'm catching the trade at the 9:50 macro, and I'm taking that off the 5-minute. But other than that, all of my entries are done on the 30-minute. That's my bread and butter. And then the 4-hour, I'll swing. My main model, I would say that I trade fair value gaps, but it's a time-based model. So in my the video that I'm doing with Riz, it'll be it's going to be a super detailed video. I don't know if you guys seen any of the other Chart Fanatics videos, but I'm showing like my charts. I'm showing an in-depth analysis on a whiteboard. It's going to be really helpful for you guys. So I'm hoping that it comes out soon. And then if you guys have questions after that, obviously just reach out to me on Twitter or when we're in the live streams here, and I'd be able to help you better. But as far as me verbally describing it to you, it would be difficult. But once you see it, I think that you guys will get a lot of in-depth knowledge, because the video is really, really good and the production quality is great. So I think that you guys will, you really love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
So,
that video on Chart Fanatics is going to do really well. I do respond
so
to DMs.
you got
What were you saying,
Sandip
Brian?
asking, intraday drawdown doesn't kill you on higher time frame. I'm pretty sure Tyler's rocked with the micros for the most part.
Yeah, so when I was first building my account, I was only doing 3 micros. And based on my model is that when I do take these entries, I'm not seeing a whole lot of drawdown. I refined my model when I was trading my Apex accounts because I knew that could be an issue that I ran into. So I also would trail my stops with it as well. So like I said, I adapted to get past the trailing drawdown. You have to do that. You know that it's going to be a weakness in your trading. It's not an easy thing to get past, but you have to make small refinements in order to get through that. So, and like I said, most of my trades, there aren't a risk to reward. They're actually, it's a time-based model. So normally I'll get out by New York lunch, and that just goes off of my data is that the market, tends to reverse and do some pretty wonky things after 12 o'clock. So I'll get into my trade probably in London. I'll catch a nice continuation in New York, and I'll be out probably 11:30, 12 o'clock, done. So I would say most of my trading relies heavily off of time more than price action. But price action is secondary to time. Obviously, I have to be in the market at my specific criteria of time. Yeah, I never shoot for like a fixed risk to reward. It's just then you're just shooting yourself in the foot because you got to go off your data, but obviously you're leaving a lot of money on the table if you're going for a fixed like 1 to 2 or 1 to 1.
That's what I say too.
I follow structure. I'm more of a trend-based trader, so and I knew through all my back testing is that I could catch a lot of big winners and runners if I just let my trades go. So the hardest part for me with Apex was the 30% consistency. So that's why it would be difficult for me to really burn my accounts because I'm not trading with such high leverage because my trades are big. So the most I'm doing now on my trades is now that I have a big buffer, I'm only hitting 1 to 2 minis, and I have a huge buffer in the account.
Yeah, 20K. Some people might
You know
say
what I mean?
like, "Oh, what happens if there's a black swan?" I feel like I see that all the time. Sometimes, just like, what happens when it does something like this? You're gonna lose all your account.
Yeah, I know, but Brian, you also have to think about it like this: for that to happen on a 30-minute time frame is a lot more difficult than for it to happen on a 1 minute.
Yeah, no, but
The amount
I
of
think
volume
for me
you would
too.
need to move a 30-minute candle as opposed to a 1 minute is drastically different, and you have to size a lot more in a 1 minute.
Yeah, but it's also like you're kind of just. It's like such an off chance that you're gonna see like a random black swan that dumps the market like 10-20%. And then like if that even happens, I feel like you have more things to worry about. All your long support just went to shit.
Well, not only that is that my stops are pretty tight. So if I'm gonna have a huge move like that, as long as it's not running my stops, then I'm okay. No, I did chat. I did actually. It wasn't the consistency. It was I had a 30% because I'm going to be honest with you. There was one time where they denied my payout, and I was a little upset. So I had one day where my biggest tilt day was a $4,000 loss. That was like huge for me. So when I did that, that's when I had the 30% windfall, which was my fault, and I take accountability for that. And I deserve to not get my payout approved. But as soon as I got back, reset myself, did another 8 trading days, got the account back, and I got approved. Listen, Apex never denied my payout for any reason that wasn't my fault. The last 2 payouts they approved in 2 days and even on a Sunday. So they've been good to me. I got nothing negative to say about them at all.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people overreact to them, and if you're not getting paid, I'm going to be honest, you're breaking the rules. Yeah, Josh. My account sizes were 50K. I like the 50Ks because the profit to drawdown ratio is really good.
Yeah, that's just. That's
And
good too.
this is how I see it. Once you build a buffer in the account, Bri, it's like any other account. So the goal is to get funded as fast as possible. Obviously, you don't like the 25Ks, but the 150Ks can hinder you because it's harder to pass. So why not pass the 50Ks, take your time, build a buffer, and then you could size up. That's how I see it. Why wouldn't you want to just get funded faster? I don't know. You got chat. You guys tell me how you feel about it. That's how I am. I just feel like the 50Ks are the best because you can get funded the quickest, and then you could allocate your trading. You can make a nice buffer on the account, and then you could size up.
Yeah.
I don't know. You guys, chat. You guys tell me how you feel about it. I could be wrong. That's just how I see it.
I think the 150K is pretty decent. I think it's my favorite for kind of like well-rounded for everywhere, just because the drawdown ratio is not as bad as the bigger accounts, and you get 5K drawdown too.
If you're trading anything over the 150K accounts, the Apex is rinsing you. I wouldn't even go near those.
Well, here's the thing: unless you're not trading the evals, you're just using news, just coin flip, because it's already like whatever happened to it,
Yeah, no, listen. I think the 150Ks are great. I'm just saying, for me personally, mentally, I like the fact that I could pass the accounts quicker. It just helped me. I don't know. I'm just different. JCap is a whole different beast, dude. JCap was doing 300Ks? No way. I thought he was doing 150.
Was he doing 300? I think he did 150K the first run he did, which he got like a few payouts, and then I don't know what happened to it. And then recently he did the bigger counts. I'm looking something like this for very tight stops on ES for continuation. We got the breaker, we got a low timer sweep, we're just continuing pushing. I think this works out more than better risk reward than it doesn't. Something like this, I feel like it's good. We even get that retrace, as long as these highs are still good.
No, Jan, the 50Ks, listen, yeah, you can get stopped out quicker, but that's because you're over leveraging the account. Like I said, at the end of the day, you want to get to the funded account as fast as you can without over leveraging and gambling. So what's the best way to do that? Obviously the 25K and the 50K, because it's like a 1-to-1, profit to drawdown ratio. And then the problem is that everyone wants to do this so fast. So you guys over leverage and you rush it, and then you end up blowing these accounts. Why not take your time, build the buffer? Now you got a good chunk of change that you could really play with in the account. Now you could size up. Everyone's in a rush. They want to do this shit so fast, and then you end up shooting yourself in the foot. That's the problem. Nobody has patience for this. You want to oversize. If you're trading 2 minis on a 50K account, you're out of your mind. You have no business doing that. You're over leveraging. I rode that account with 3 minis until I had like over a $10,000 buffer in the account.
You said 3 minis? You mean 3 micros, right?
I mean 3 micros. 3 micros. Sorry, guys. 3 micros. Sorry. I took 3 micros on that account until I had over $10,000 in a buffer. That's really what it comes down. Apex knows that that's what a lot of people are doing. So when the accounts are cheap, right? They know they're going to go out there. They know you want to get funded in one trade. They know. The job is for you to control yourself mentally and not treat the accounts like that. Separate yourself from the 95% of people who are doing this shit wrong. That's what's going to make all the difference in your trading. Not getting lucky, gambling, and getting the accounts funded. Because you know what that does? It builds bad habits in your trading early. And now that's going to carry with you. And it's like, you don't want to instill those bad habits in your trading.
Yeah, I'm looking at ES right now. I want to look for this sweep here and play on the move back up. I think I like that here. So we got the sweep here. I'm going to just grab it in here. I'm going to keep the stop right under these lows. I'm going to get that shot. So I have them right after the sweep here. And I'm going to try to make sure it doesn't go in the breaker, but also not inverse this too, just for a continuation grab here.
Yeah, I just think that you should just treat the accounts with a little bit more responsibility. I'm not saying, you know, you can't take a news trade or anything like that, but it's just to full port, like on a CPI trade, is just, come on. It's crazy.
Pushing here.
How do you think that that's going to go after you pay the fees to get the accounts live now? You're going to do the same thing again?
I'm moving my stop up, guys. I think we're still doing good here.
Yeah, I always trade standing up. I like my standing desk.
Way past 1R right now. I still think we can go a little bit higher. I don't really have that much targets looking above because we're just pushing. So who knows what we could do. But it looks good. Chat, type 1 if you're in this trade with us. I had to sneak a trade in while you're talking, Tyler.
Sorry. I was just
No,
I just want to help chat out because I've been through all the pain and I know what it takes to get to the other side. And it's just, if you treat those accounts more serious, I promise you're going to see a lot more results than if you're just going out and gambling on them.
That's what's up here. Look at this, chat.
Yeah, I care about you, chat. You know, I don't want you to make the same mistakes I did.
Gonna take 2 off here, leave 1. I don't really have much targets. I think 90s is good already. Pop over 90s. I still think we can draw to 4. No, what is it? Not 4,000. 5,900. This 4-hour gap here. That looks good. Again, this trade was like about 3 points. I was supposed to put it under the breaker, so it could have been like 2 to 3 points, and we're like already 6-7 points already on it. Dude, just being very patient because I was. If you guys didn't know, I was long biased for the longest time. And I should have probably looked at entries here. This is like hindsight always for me. But I'm just reviewing. I'm like, this would have probably been the entry in hindsight. Let me just find another entry. Let me find another entry. I didn't really see anything. But why I'm drawn to this trade is because you look at this candle here. We had this 1 minute gap here. We swept it and came back up, validating another breaker. I doubt we would want to sweep it again. He's already swept it. So that was basically around the area where I want to put my stop. And also same idea here with ES. The 30 seconds shows it better. We have like a triple wick here. I would just think we just sweep it, come back up. And it's still validating the breaker. So like it shows a lot of things here. We're back in, baby. We're back in. So a change from the last 2 days. I think I was trying to scout way more, looking for more trades. We're back to just the 1 trade a day, get it in, get it out. So yeah, ideally a pop over 90s on ES would be good, but took some off here already. Let's try and let the last one run with break even on. Not bad, right? This is basically like, if you're looking for RR, that's basically 2R, but it gets somewhat overextended when, you know, I'm looking on ES here. We already took out the AM highs. We're just pushing, and there's no really good draw in sight. And I'm somewhat kind of maybe even thinking like we could just be base, or we could be just range bound, but you just gotta trust it. Took off for 2R. Nice, Hamad. We'll like to do a giveaway after this too. Always good to end it, or not end it, but get some giveaways in. Like the stream, chat. We'll have time for 1 more trade, most likely.
Jan, I would say, all right, let's just go off. Say you just got funded, right? you have to know. It's hard for me to say this because I don't know your model. I don't know your typical risk to reward. It's going to be entirely different for everybody. But I would say a safe risk for the trade, if you have $2,500, right? I would say risk anywhere from $250 to $500, and that's plenty. It just depends on your model too. I don't know your model, so for me, my risk to reward is pretty high. So I'm okay with, not risking as much money and letting the trade do the work. I don't like going live with Top Step, and I will just say this is because the 3K daily loss limit. Now, say you get $100,000 that you could take live, right, chat? Now how can you ever really truly grow the account without the freedom? You have a $3,000 daily loss limit. That doesn't really seem all that fair to me. If I really want to scale this account the way I want to, having a 3K daily loss limit is really going to hinder me. It just seems like it's limiting the trader, to be honest.
The good thing though, Top Step, you're able to negotiate it.
It's the money that I earned. So how are you going to tell me to have a 3K daily loss limit?
You're able to negotiate it with though.
Okay.
Yeah, like you ask for like 6K if you want, 10K if you want.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's only the first start though. I don't think is a choice, like the first week or two, but like after a while, if you don't blow in the first week, you're like, can we move it to 5K now? Can we move it to 6K? No, they're open to it, especially if you have a big balance. Unless they like, what about KJ or something like that? Someone who has like 5K. I heard he still hit 3K.
Dude, that kid's a beast, man.
Yeah,
that kid's a beast.
He ran it up pretty hard.
All right, well, listen, that's the only reason why I haven't been trading with Top Step, chat. I'm going to be honest. So if that's the case, then I'm going to grab 550Ks.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go, baby.
Well,
get you in the Top Step leaderboards too.
Well, yeah, we'll see. I like that. They don't have Brad. They don't have a consistency rule when you're funded, right?
No.
Or that's actually the opposite. Is it the opposite?
So consistency on eval, no consistency on funded.
Wow, that's great. So I could swing. I could do some pretty big
up your alley too.
Things.
It's up your alley because you like uncapped payouts usually. So if you want to go big, yes, you can.
Yeah.
And how it works is you either take 5 payouts before getting moved to live and they consolidate everything, or they also have, like, in the terms, like if you got moved already, or they can move you earlier if they wish. So 5 payouts, if you do like 5 150Ks, you can I think it's capped basically 5K per account. So like,
but
if you do 5 payouts,
that's 25K.
Yeah, 25K times 5 times, that's like 125K already. That's max, right? And then you also have the opportunity to get moved whatever profits above based off your account size. So your account size is 150K, you can get moved up to 150K. So if you're looking at the total,
that they don't get directly moved right away after 5 payouts.
Oh, really? No, I think they usually move people earlier. I always get moved like after the second payout usually.
Oh, really?
Like if I'm doing really good, like running it up, they just take me out. So like basically the max thing.
I'm gonna buy those accounts. I'm gonna start them fresh Monday.
Yeah, they're good. It's 125K withdrawn and then 150K moved. Basically a total of 275,000. That's actually pretty good for 5 accounts.
Yeah,
and no consistency rule.
All right, so I'm gonna put Top Step back in the arsenal.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a piss. I'll be right back.
Chat, my mic sounds bad. Can you hear me? Okay, chat, ask me some more questions. I'll answer whatever you guys need. Can you hold overnight once funded? That I don't know. Yeah, I don't, Oscar. I don't trade with funding pips. Wait, chat, slow down. I can't see. Oh, jeez, it's hard for me to read all these. Sorry, chat. I'm trying to get better at this. There's so many. Oh, I can't even read these, guys. You guys are typing so fast. I like read one and then there's 10 more. Yo. Friend. Oh my god. All right, so here's one I could say. My kill zone time, normally, I was trying to answer some questions, Brian, but the chat was moving so fast, I couldn't even read one. Okay. Guys, I don't have a YouTube channel yet. I don't have a YouTube. I just have this so I can hang out with you guys on the stream. Yeah, check out my Twitter, guys. That's where I'm the most active. Brian, can you hear me? Brian.
Oh shit! I was muted the whole time.
Oh. Still waiting. Still waiting for a Twitter reply. All right, I'll reach out to you on Twitter, brother. I do get so many in my requests. It's hard for me to answer them all. I have hundreds.
Yeah.
But I do want to answer you, brother. I promise. I'm not ignoring you on purpose. I swear.
I still think we keep on running up high here. I don't see, unless we get a flip. Like I think what I showed in the 5-minute. If we get this closure here, then yeah, I'll start looking downside. But
check. Can you guys let me know? Do you guys enjoy me on the live streams with Brian? I really want to know. You guys can tell me your honest opinions.
W or L, guys. Let's see it.
Yeah. Like seriously, I want to know. Oh shit. Yo, I love you guys. I legit love you guys. You guys are the best. Hell yeah. I made my day, chat. Thanks, guys. That was awesome. That was awesome to see right there.
That's what's up.
You guys are.
By the way, you said you were trading funded futures network. Was that what it's called?
Bro, listen, I redacted. They made a whole bunch of rule changes recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like within like the past few days.
No way.
Something with the live accounts. Yeah, I don't like what they've been doing. So I still have my 5 accounts with them, but they literally retroactively made some rules probably a day or two ago that I don't like.
Yeah. Wait, what are they? Because I was like, you know what's funny? I just bought some accounts last night because of, I think yesterday or the day before when we were talking about it, how you and a few other people in the stream was like, I like funded futures network. So I'm okay. let me try them out.
No, they were good. They were good because they had a very good live model until they changed the rules on it.
Oh, okay. I need to look at
the account wasn't good for milking as far as in a sim environment, but as far as their live environment, it was good.
Oh, okay. We got Dave in the building.
Dave, I don't know. I appreciate that. I don't have anything to sell. I don't have a Discord. I don't have a course. I don't have anything. I'm here to just give away free knowledge to people. If I can help someone out in any way, that's more important to me than any monetary value I'll get. Everything that I've done is 100% legit. I'm not here to scam anyone. I feel like I'm one of the few in the space that people could actually rely on. And you could see all my results on my Twitter. I'm very open and honest. And like I said, I'm not here to scam anybody. I do not want any monetary value from anybody that supports me in any way. I have my free knowledge coming out, and if I could help somebody, potentially, leave their job and, do the same thing that I did, that means all the world to me because I was in the same situation as you guys. I was working an extremely hard job in the freezing cold, and I only dreamed of being able to be a full-time trader. I would go to work every day. I hated my life, building elevators, risking my life every day. And I did whatever it took because I wasn't going to take no for an answer. And I'm just like you guys. So if I did this, so can you.
Yeah. That's kind of the same story. I don't have that big story, but I'm like, I was a university student. I was an engineer trying to, in college. I felt like I was doing fine, but then I was like, I'm not sure if I'm really passionate about this. I was juggling both, and I decided to drop out, and then we're pursuing full time here. And yeah, but I feel like for me, my message is like, whatever you input is your output. So like, if you're like able to actually grind, take accountability, and like learn to trade, you're gonna succeed. It's gonna be a matter of time.
Right, I would go to work, right? I would have to start I would have to leave my house at 4 in the morning. I would have to be in the freezing cold at 6 a.m. I'd work my ass off in the elevator shaft, and I would come home and I would literally back test on the charts till my eyes were bleeding. I didn't go out on the weekends. I ignored my friends, ignored my family. Everyone told me I couldn't do it. Everyone at work said I was a loser. You know, I had people like, I would run into the porter potty to take trades. I would get screamed at work. Nobody told me that I could do this. I didn't take no for an answer. I didn't give a fuck. I wanted this so bad, bro. I wanted this more than anybody. I didn't care. As soon as I saw somebody make six figures, I was in the mentality that if they can do it, I can do it. I went through every hardship you could imagine. My girlfriend paid for my rent for me, bro, because I spent all my stimulus money on challenges and was blowing them. You know, she was there for me when I had nothing.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like I take this shit serious. This was like trading changed my entire life, bro. It changed everything for me. As soon as I came to Miami, my entire life changed. I wrote in chat. You may think I'm crazy. When I was in my old apartment, yes, Chad, I'm still with her. We're about to get married. So what happened is that I had this whiteboard. I wrote down everything that I wanted to do within the next year, and I slept with it next to my bed. I was delusional. I wrote, I want to make six figures in a month. I want to move to my dream apartment in Miami. I want this car. I want to be on podcasts. I want to start YouTube live streaming. Bro, I achieved every single thing that was on that whiteboard. Everything.
That's
I was
what's up.
delusional. You know, chat, I have this. This is what I showed you this before, but you need to have a journal like this. Okay? I write down all my setups in here. This book, no word of a lie, chat, it's probably worth six figures. Everything that every setup, my A+ setups are all in here. You know, I have things highlighted. It's like, this is the level that you need to go to if you want to make it. You have to do this. This changed everything for me. You know, it shows what specific time frames, what candlesticks I'm looking for, what's happening at that time. You know, what's giving me my bearish bias, what's my bullish bias. Everything is written in here. This is crucial. It's not like a journal in the sense of like I'm jotting my thoughts down. It's more of a journal in the sense that I see my setups and what I'm looking for at the specific time of the day. You know, how the candlesticks are closing. You know, that's more of what the journal was used for me. You know,
Someone's saying they want a book. You gotta get copies
chat.
of
You
it.
could roast me for the book, but I promise you, I swear to God, I swear, this is what changed everything in my trading. It sounds so stupid. This little book will be with me to the day I die. I also have a list of all the prop firms that banned me. It's literally 3 pages. Like I have when I'm looking for a setup during London session, what pairs I enjoy trading the most. You know, as far as that goes, it was always gold was always my favorite, and then Q. It's like, yeah, it's the Bible, guys. It's legit the Bible. I don't know.
It's a Tyler Bible. You know that how
It may
they
not work for
they have
everyone,
the
but
ICT Bible.
I'm telling you right now, if you try it, especially with writing, something about writing it down, it's more personal. Just give it a shot. I mean, I got this book $10 off Amazon. So if it helps you out, let me know. But it's something that really changed my trading.
Yeah, I'm waiting for a potential setup here. I think the 5-minute closure is able to send us down here.
Guys, the
Probably
only
one at the
firms that
high.
I got banned from are like the CFD firms. You'll be fine on futures firms.
There's way Apex might hit you up too. You're the next
Yeah, I
one.
know. But it's just the model of the CFD firms are entirely different because they're not bringing you to a live account. So the model is that they need the 95% of people who lose. Once you start, you know, getting over like, you know, $20,000 payouts, they really need to stop the bleeding. So they're just going to get rid of you. It's essentially their stop loss. So yeah, we'll see if Apex gets rid of me, but I'm hoping not. After the 1 million, if they get rid of me, I'm okay with that.
Could be the very similar idea on NQ2, guys, if you guys want that instead. I think we're just going to look for a nice pushback.
Kane was banned because he made over $1 million. Granted, you know, you make over $1 million, you deserve to be banned. That's it. You conquered the space. Think about it as you
got the wall of fame.
Final boss. You won. That's it. They don't want you around anymore. Take the $1 million and be on your merry way. JCap is already banned. I already talked to him about it. He's okay. His Ferrari's fine. The fact that you even have the opportunity to make $1 million with a prop firm, guys, is that should speak volumes. No other firm, I promise you, in the space is going to pay you $1 million. Not a single other firm. I'm telling you right now. There's no way. Apex is the holy grail. They banned you after 20K. You must have been doing something wrong. A trades.
Yeah, chat. I didn't get that smack in. I was waiting. I had limit stored in. I kind of missed it by like, I think a tick actually. What the hell? I feel like it's gonna dump here, but I missed that tag in. Let's see. If you guys want to be more safe, you could also look for it to come back down. Honestly, NQ might even be better because NQ is a little bit weaker. Very similar setup in this case. Looking for just to drive in and then smack it down.
Damn. Bro, I'm going to pee real quick. Be right back.
All right. Good. That's a tap out for ES here, but I likely want to play on NQ just because I believe NQ is a weaker asset. I forget about that because ES we were longing, NQ we should be shorting just because of all the divergence, but you can take either one of them right now. I want to play it on NQ here though. So I got it in the 90s, low 290s here on what is it on NQ? I want to see what we could do here. It's relatively the same setup, but I'm just leaning with a bias here instead. Right now. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Hey.
Ooh, we are getting a decent drop already. It's a 5-minute setup. I think we'll just trail this instead if we can get a nice closure under 470s. Let's see. Just one in right now. Expect this to hold. Only way we would invalidate this if we get a 5-minute closure basically above 300s, which I wouldn't even want anyways. I'm trying to keep the stop right above here. It's going to be hovering. I'm watching for the closure more than anything, more than like a static stop. But regardless, if it takes out this high, I think it's already going to be flipping back up. just holding this area. This is the second trade of the day so far. We took a long on ES. Now we're taking a short on NQ. Let's see if this can hold.
Bro, do you have a blankie there? Is that a blankie?
I always have a blanket. Yeah, sometimes I get cold, sometimes I get hot. I want to get comfy. That's the thing.
It's your blankie, Brian.
Before I had my face cam on, sometimes like I would be as comfy as possible, and like I don't even have pants on. I'm just on like underwear trading.
Right, I didn't need to know that.
That's a fun fact that even Lancel said he does also.
Brian's in his undies right now.
No, not right now. No, not right now. The face cam's on, so I gotta be somewhat professional here. It's just stalling right here. We're getting very close to power, but I mean, it's way too early to put break even. We're just back at the entry again. I'll just let this play. That's a second jab in right now, so I want to make sure we can get a nice closure. I think if we get one closure under these lows, break even should be good. That's if this could really reject from here. Chat, are you guys on ES or NQ right now? I think it's very similar setups. I'm just leaning a little bit more on NQ because the divergence. Beautiful. Come on, come on. Let's see it. Let's see it, baby. Let's see it. It's coming right back up. I took NQ. That's a little bit annoying. I was waiting for a closure, but we wicked instead, which not the best, honestly. Come on, we need to see a closure. So I feel like I'd be safe because that could have already took me break even if I did that early. I don't want to just do it early. It's so slow here. It's just going back and forth. And it's back up. That's not the best here because it did sweep the lows. Makes it a little bit iffy. Yep, the 5-minute opening candle, the last up close is at what is it at? 490s, low 490s. It's starting to make me just want to just close it out here. I think that's what I might do here. Yeah, I'll just close it out. I'm gonna just wait for this. If we got a closure here, I would put break even. I mean, that trade gave like 12 points, but this is something I dislike. If we can wick this again and come back down, I'll look for a re-tap back in or re-entry. I think the best call is to risk off. Because what it did here was what it did earlier on NQ and ES. Like, let's say for this one, we try to flip, we held it, came back up, and then we just sweep this, try to flip again, held it, and like that is somewhat a bullish signature, and I don't really think I like that. And look at that, we hit break even, or we just took it out at even. We were up 10, and that helps us from getting taken out there. It's about risk management. That's a picture perfect type of play out.
Let's see how the higher time frames looking.
It's a difficult area now. I think we still wanted to move higher. But like you said, I think the volume's dying out. Might not be enough
Yeah.
juice, to be honest.
It's better be 3.
But we took one good trade already. The second one was in profit, but I'm always going for the bigger targets, and that didn't hit like around 1.5 2R yet, so I was able to take it. Let's see what we have left. No closure. I think as long as this wicks up and close back under, we can give it another shot, and that's like a pretty nice flip too. I'm open to it. I just need to see what we could do here. But yeah, chat, I'm trying to show you exactly when I enter, when I want to get rid of it, when I'll TP. That one you just saw me basically went from like no drawdown, plus 10, nearly break even, but didn't, and then just decided to cut the trade at even, and then it pumped up like, it would have probably hit my stop for sure. Yeah, it would have.
Chop, chop, chop.
Yep. Just waiting here now. We'll likely get something coming up too. It does feel good. What do you think? How do you feel when you cut a trade, let's say at even, and then like the trade just runs your stop and like you already got out like at even because you're anticipating like this is not looking as good anymore?
That's a win in my book.
Yeah, that's actually a win right there.
Preservation of capital is a win. The end goal is to survive another day. You know, if you prevented a loss from happening by using proper risk management and getting out of the trade without a heavy loss, that's a W.
Yeah, and that's kind of like all my trading. Like I if the trade does not look good anymore, you gotta get out, or you're not gonna have a good kind of like win rate for me because like I want to only jump in when I feel confident. And even when price action is terrible, like I gotta stay out. And we're back to that today too, guys. One hit runner tip for today. We hit that ES trade. So like yesterday, we were taking many trades. It was like kind of up and down. This what do we call it? The base hit Brian coming back.
Base hit Bry.
Base hit Brian.
10-point Bry.
10-point Brian. 10 points. No, I don't like that. You gotta be a little bit more than that. Sometimes you get more.
Price action was so much better when we took the trade together last time.
Yeah.
We caught a good momentum day. That's why.
Yep, another spike high here. Like that's like a third drive right now. I
Yeah.
think the change they delivered just basically is a no go anymore. I was looking to see if that could hold, but it didn't. The one man decided to move higher, so we could be looking for another long entry. Let me just see if there's opportunity here. This is so disgusting. If this got left open, I'll be more confident with it. It just swept it and came back up. I just had a feeling this is gonna run after that. What's the best bang for your buck for 50K? The firm? What do you? Let me think. Let me think. Probably,
best bang.
probably the growth plan from
I would,
Tradeify.
no, come
You don't think
on.
so?
No,
He's no activation fee.
MFFU expert
Well, no. He's I
for a
think he's going for
50K
value.
account.
Oh wait, no. Is he going for value? Maybe I misinterpreted the question.
Oh, you're saying is
For like a
you're
cheap
saying is
account.
how far your money goes for the.
Yeah, yeah. So like I would think like the
You're
no
just saying
activation fee type of thing.
futures if you just have more freedom.
Yeah, no.
Do
So
whatever you want in that account.
the
Anything.
starter also is like cheap. I think it's like $90 or something. 100 bucks. No activation fee too.
Yeah, that's really good.
I think there's a promo too. I think is the promo still going on? Like it's like free reset if you fail. They're basically
Like you
like
said,
in
Brian,
case you fail.
it's more based off of how you are as a trader. You know, so I'm a little bit biased because of the way I trade. So that's why I prefer them.
Yeah.
You know?
Someone said Futures Family. Are you talking about Fun Futures Family? No, no, no. We can't say that here. That's a Danny firm.
Yeah, that is true. You can only trade 3 accounts. Listen, at the end of the day, most people aren't. Let's just go off the statistics alone. Most people aren't making it to $25,000 in payouts on an account. This is just the nature of the business. So I wouldn't be so concerned with the payout cap because most people aren't making it that far anyway. But as far as, having true freedom in an account and no consistency rule, pass in one day, lightning fast payouts. I mean, from approval to my Rise account was less than 2 minutes. It's everything
That's
you want,
good.
you know? So I wouldn't be so focused on the 25K payout cap, to be
Are you
honest.
still trading them, by the way?
Of course. But what I did, well, you know what? I'll even say it on stream. I got the 20K in payouts and then I burned the account on purpose.
No.
Of course. Of course I did. And then
you bought more? You bought again?
I bought a 150K account and I'm about to pass it and then run up 20K again. But I mean, listen, at the end of the day, they probably will get me for it, and I'm okay
They
with
will.
that.
Yeah.
I know they're gonna get me for it. I know they're gonna get me. It's fine.
So did you have enough profits to like probably take another 5K, so it'd be like 25K?
I was up like after the 20, I had like a little bit more than the buffer in the account, you know?
Okay, okay.
I was just okay. I was like, all right, let me just restart.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I would do the same thing too.
I didn't really want to go live, bro, to be completely honest with you. So
Same. Like, you know what's funny? I had the starter. I was like the starter. You can I think get like 1,200 payout per. And what they say like if you hit 30 green days, then they'll move you. So like basically that or 60 or 30 days of green days. So I was like at 28 days. I was like about to get my 5th payout, and I was asking Desi and Lance, I'm like, should I just burn this count after my 5th payout so I don't get moved live and just run this back? And after the 5th payout, they just moved me already. I'm like, I didn't hit in the criteria. They're like, yeah, you're gonna still move you anyways. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got lucky. I mean, I went in their Discord and I asked, and I kind of like was dodging the question. I was like, so if you
hypothetically,
if you accidentally breach your account, right? Does the payout start over, or do they go from the amount of payouts you already had? And they go, no, the process starts over. I go,
you're like,
well, that's funny you say that because I just accidentally breached my account. Looks like I got to start over. Oh no.
Yeah, this is a perfect setup.
I mean, I'm sure they're gonna catch on to that.
They did to a few other people that they email you. They're like, we noticed that you are purposely burning your live or intentionally like not wanting to move live, and then they basically say, we're no longer looking to serve you. I've seen that email before
Damn,
from someone.
that's a rough one to get.
But then people would be like, I already milked you guys a good amount. Like I don't. There's other firms now,
Yeah, I mean, you got what you came for.
That's fucked up. It's not really fucked up because
It's not though. It's not at all.
they're not like refunded. They're not like breaching his account. They're like, okay, after your accounts, we're not letting you purchase anymore because we just noticed a pattern that you are intentionally burning the account. It's not that hard to really see. Like imagine you have like a lot of money on it. You're this close to getting moved alive in the criteria, and you just purposely just blow the account by reckless trading. We're talking about my fund future, guys.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to go to the live route, that's fine. It's just not something that I'm really interested in, to be honest.
Well, the thing with my fund future specifically, if you get moved alive, you're not able to go back to sim like normal. So you get to like, I think you're limited maybe one account, or after you get first payout, then that's it. Then you get moved alive, and it's basically capped out.
Yeah.
So yeah. It's not like Top Step though. It's not like Top Step. You like run up the Top Step account, you get moved live, you blow the kit live. You can just go back to 5 Top Step, regular route again.
Yeah,
they're not like that.
Yeah.
Oh, we're still pumping here.
Yeah, now you're ripping.
We're just waiting here. What if you don't take a payout and have 30 winning days you still get moved alive? I think so. I think that's one like the main criteria. Or maybe it's also like getting payouts too.
That's for the starter account?
No, that's for all accounts, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
But like for the expert, let's say, because the starters are capped already. For the expert, if you get hit 25K balance or payouts, they'll just move you right there. You can't really do that starters. It's like it's impossible because was that possible? Like it's 6 payouts, 1,200 each, which is like 7,000. You can only have 3 accounts. So yeah, I guess it does come around to like around 25,000.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Yeah. But it's also a tactic for firms who do ban you from trading them on evals or sim again, to basically limit profitable traders, because like if you're doing so well already, you already went to live, like we don't really want you to go back to milk us again. We'd rather have people who can't get to live because they're usually struggling already.
It's a stop loss.
Yeah.
Their business at the end of the day. We have to remember that they're good. They need to make money too, and it's us against them. At the end of the day, they don't have your best interest at heart. So they have to make money, but it's our job to do our due diligence. Go with the ones that we can get the best ROI out of, and just stick with the reliable ones, the big boys. That's it.
Yeah.
Funnel your live account. That should be the goal.
We're still pumping. Yeah, if I had those longs earlier, that'd been nice, but there's 2 type of stop anyways.
It's all about ROI at the end of the day. That's why you get into this. It's like, how can I make the most amount of money by putting in the least amount and risking the least amount? And as far as I'm concerned, and from an ROI standpoint, Apex is that. Where else can you get 20 accounts at, let's just say they're doing a 90% discount, you pass, and then you pay the activation fee. Let's just say you're all in on the account for like $2,000 to $3,000 on 50Ks, and then your first payout's 40 grand. Come on.
Yeah.
That's unmatched. I know that you guys don't like the intraday trailing drawdown, but that's something
you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
You have to adapt to that. Mm-hmm. But as far as being able, listen, there's going to be a caveat with the firm. They're going to have a rule that you're not going to like, but you have to look at it from a perspective of an investment standpoint. If I can make this work, and it's not forever. It's just to get to $2,600 on a 50K account. Then
Yeah.
it becomes static. If you could figure out, okay, how can I take my model and make it work so I can get past this trailing drawdown? Then you can grow the account, take your time, and then it becomes the ROI is insane.
Yep.
It's all about adapting.
I feel like I also hated the initial or the trailing drawdown, the intraday trailing drawdown when I was like early on trading prop firm, but like I don't really mind it anymore because the trade off with that is you usually get either uncapped payouts or it's significantly cheaper than like the end of day,
But
probably
this is
like
what I
20,
also don't
30%.
understand is that like everyone will go out there and don't take this the wrong way. Everyone will go out there and you'll trade TPT, but you won't trade Apex.
Yeah.
It makes no sense to me. It's what because you
TPC
like
is
the daily payouts, but as
daily
far as
payouts.
ROI and scalability,
Apex
just
is
because you don't
way
have to be,
superior.
just because you don't have to have the trailing drawdown in the eval doesn't mean that they don't get you when you're getting to the funded stage. And now you only have 5 accounts. So if I'm going to trade a trailing drawdown, you bet your ass I want 20 accounts. That's how I see it personally. If I'm
Yeah.
trading trailing drawdown, I want to have the most leverage possible.
Just one thing I would always say, like from experience, is if you can't handle unrealized trailing drawdown, you're sizing too much and you're risking too much. Because if you just risk a tiny bit, like you won't even notice the trailing drawdown is there.
Exactly. If you can do more of it, that's why it worked so well for me, is because doing an intraday swing, I would have a tight stop and I would trail my stop loss with the trade. And I got through it in one trade on the eval. And then once I got funded. So, and I was trading micros. I was trading 3 micros.
Yeah, you either basically do micros and you trade how you normally do, or kind of do what my approach is basically still trade minis. It'll be like one contract, maybe two, but like let's say it's just one, but your stop is very, very tight, and like that's still the same amount of risk. Like if someone were to risk like 50 points on a few micros versus 10 points on one mini.
Yeah.
And so I decided to
That's
adapt
why
my trading to be even more of a tight scalper, just so I can continue to trade minis and just be low time frame.
Yeah, you have to based on what time frame you're trading and how your model is, that's how you have to allocate your risk. You have to know, okay, this is the amount of contracts I need to risk based off of my stop loss and my TP, and you need to have all this written down, because if you're going into the charts, right, and you're like, all right, this setup looks good, I'm going to risk 3 minis here and then a mini there, it's like you're not consistent and you're not trusting your model, and it's going to hinder you. But yeah, as far as getting funded, guys, like the 25Ks are a little rough. That's a little bit too small. The drawdown's too tight. I would say that the 50Ks, if you want to get funded, have enough room with the drawdown, I think that they're the best, because you can get past the trailing drawdown and 1 to 2 trades, and then it'll become a static account, and then you can grow it from there. But the key is to just take your time. It's not a rush. If you want to rush the evals and you got the money to blow the evals and you want to go and risk more, go ahead. But when you get to the funded stage, you better change your mentality real fast and not treat it the same way that you did the eval. That's when you take your time. So if you guys don't want, you have the extra funds, you get the 90% off, and you want to leverage a little bit more than you used to get funded, go ahead. I don't recommend it personally, but just like I said, it instills bad habits. But you do not carry that over to when you pay the activation fees and now you're live on the account.
Yeah. Yo, you know
It's a
what? You know
totally
what we
different.
need? We need to host a funded a prop firm kind of like a planning session where we discuss like risk management, what's a good way to approach prop firms, how to grow them. I've done them in the past, but I haven't done them like I think over a year now. We can try that on Discord.
Yeah, yeah, I'd be open to that, because each firm, your risk is going to have to be different and tailored differently. It's not going to be static across all the firms. I risk differently on each firms based on their rules. My risk on Apex is drastically different than my risk on my funded futures or would be on Top Step. I'm just now, since now where my accounts are really in a good place, now I'm taking a little bit more risk just because I have the cushion. but I'm still not oversizing whatsoever. If somebody had a cushion in my account, they would be over leveraging the account. I know for a fact because they want to push it to the max. But it's like I'm okay with taking my time. It's not a rush for me.
Someone said Hydra's a scam. I don't know if he's a scam. I think he's a real life trader.
What's high? Oh, that's a person.
That's a person, but he's just have some backlashes for some things he do. Like just recently, he's like, I'm on vacation right now, not off of charts, and he posted a picture of him at Canada, the Banff, basically. There's like mountains, all that, and then someone pulled up a screenshot of it's like literally a popular photo on Instagram that someone like it's like official business that had that same photo.
Person?
No, it's a real Hydra's a real person, but he's just saying like I'm here, but he just took someone else's photo, like a business photo.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not familiar with him.
And then I guess the one other thing that is more not controversial, but like more public for him, he had his search history, and it was like kind of graphic that it was showed.
What do you mean?
Chat. Anyone want to share it? I don't want to type it. I don't want to get flagged here.
Oh yeah. All right. I didn't know it was inappropriate. Sorry, Brian.
Not inappropriate.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. Oh,
it was down bad.
Oh, okay.
Look at baby.
All right.
That's what it was.
I understand. Copy that, chat. Copy that.
But like that doesn't take away from him being a trader. He does live. He used to live stream on YouTube every day, and he did very well. He got caught copying other traders' tweets.
Way.
Yo, it's just like it's unethical, but that doesn't take away as a trader. So like, if he's a phony on social, that's fair, but he still trades really well. Are you guys here every day, weekdays in this time? Yeah, it's 1 to 3 every single day, guys. And then we're trying to host with other people on. We have Tyler on. We'll have Lanto, I think, tomorrow. He always cops on Fridays. We'll see.
Hell yeah. Hydra blocked me on Twitter. How did he even find you then? I don't understand.
But I should do a P&L check here. You know what? I need honesty, guys, because there's only one time I did a P&L check where it was like more people were red than green. But every other time is always like the majority's green. But you guys get an answer honestly here, guys. It's anonymous. I'm green today because I only took one trade. We took the ES, and then the NQ wasn't profit, but I just basically took that even. So pretty much up like a few $100 on each account. Not bad.
Green is green, bro.
Green is green, baby.
Green is green.
Let's look at it. 100 votes.
Nice.
It's somewhat close to 50-50, but like leaning more green than red right now.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. As long as it was a controlled and systematic red day. It wasn't a tilt.
Mm-hmm.
Did anyone go on tilt today, Chad? Everyone remain disciplined? As long as you didn't go on tilt, you guys are good.
Yeah. I feel like this week's price action is so good for prop firms because like it's affecting me like last 2 days. It's affecting kind of a lot of trades I know, and I think you said also, Tyler, that you didn't really like the price action lately, last few days.
No, Bri, to be honest, I took, like I said, Monday I took one trade that I really liked in Asia, and then what happened is I just got a couple $100 trades the rest of the week so I can get my trading days in with Apex. Other than that, I haven't liked anything.
Tuesday was tilty price action. I was I traded some after stream, just on some, and it was like not the best yesterday because I was trying to see if I can find something to finish off green on just a few accounts, just on my live account.
Yeah.
But it was tough. It was tough price action, man.
I know.
Even after stream closed. But
You're
this
not gonna
that's what I'm
get.
saying. This week, man, this week prop firms like you have Brett Semba, you got the TradeFi Top Step, probably most of all Apex. They're
Yeah.
probably making a good amount of money. People blowing accounts.
Oh, of course. They probably made it. They probably crushed it this week.
Yeah.
Later, Josh. This week tilted me hard. It's okay, guys. As long as you can own up to that and take accountability.
Accountability is the main
Great.
thing. Yeah.
Great. You know? Happens to everyone.
No wonder Brett was all smiles and TradeFi TV. He's like, "Yo, I woke up.
He's like
20% people blew their
sales are up.
account. Sales are up right now." He's like, "What Lambo should I get, guys? Should I get the blue one? Should I get the red one?"
That's funny.
But yeah, I talked to Funded Futures Network because Tyler's recommendation and some of the people in the chat. I had a meeting with one of the guys. They talked about it. It looked good. I need to hear the change that you were talking about, which I don't know if I heard about that. And then they're like, okay, we can also sponsor the stream. They're like, we're gonna give you 10 accounts if you want to do however you want. So we're gonna probably do that next week.
Oh, hold on.
You can talk to me after stream, maybe we'll see what you're talking about specifically.
Yeah, I'm trying to find. Hold on.
But they have like a BOGO type of thing right now, like buy one at 50% off,
you,
and then get one free
5K drawdown.
Yeah, so it was actually pretty nice. And yeah, it's like also Code Smart now, guys.
It's like a $5,000. I think it's 5 or 10K payout cap, but then you could take the excess live, and I think it's 40% consistency rule, and then in live there's no daily loss limit. I knew the live was pretty good. I just have to go over what I was looking at again, but I knew that the live was pretty good with them. That was one of the main reasons why.
I was telling them, I was asking like basically, I made a scenario just basically asking like what the cap would be. Like, so like you're saying if I have 5 accounts and I just did like 30K the first day on each account, that's 150K. Next day I do another 30K. Next day I had another 30K. So 3 days in a row, 3-day stretch. You fit that 40% consistency. That's like literally like 400K right there. I'm asking, are you transitioning? Yeah, are you transitioning all that to live? They're like, yes, we are. They're like,
yeah,
what the heck?
That's what I tried telling you. You take everything, but you can only take 5K from the sim environment.
Is it 5K? I heard it was 10K. I think that's what they're saying.
Oh, yeah, it's all right, 5 or 10. I don't really remember, but no daily loss limit too. That's really sick. That's how you scale the live account.
Yeah, so I'm gonna buy some accounts. I'm gonna try them out. I think they've been together. They've been here for like they said 4 years. It's kind of been off my radar because they don't use TradeAvate. They're looking to add it, but I heard you're able to connect a NinjaTrader. Can someone confirm on that? NinjaTrader?
Well, they have Rhythmic. No, if they have Rhythmic, you can connect to NinjaTrader.
Yeah, but some firms they have Rhythmic. You can't connect NinjaTrader. There's like a handful of firms like that, which is unfortunate. So you gotta be very specific. They said I can't connect.
Right, I use them on Quantower, so why wouldn't?
Yeah, Quantower is fine. It's only Ninja. So like, let's say Top Step, right? Top Step you can't connect. You can't even connect with TradeAvate. It's very specific. They have a certain deal with it.
That's weird.
Yeah, and I also said like, what about Project X? Are you guys gonna add them? They're like, no, we're not open to sharing data.
They don't want to give our data out, so that's a green flag.
It is a green flag. I think that's like positive that you're looking for, really. Because if anything happens and the firm wants to like change up or Project X doesn't want to do a certain thing, like they would have to be forced to change it or they'll lose their deal with Project X, and then it's just gonna be very annoying if there's already current users using Project X. Because what do you do then? You got them blackmailed.
That is very true.
Yeah, I'm only looking at short if we can get a 15-minute closure. It's so slow right now.
Yeah, brutal.
We got good trades in so far. One hit Brian is coming back. We're back.
Nothing wrong with that, Bri.
Yeah. That's also another like kind of like habit, or not habit, just like something that I recognize. When I tend to take more than, let's say, 3 to 4 trades in one session, it's not the best hit rate. But when I only focus on one trade, I do pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, less is more. Same with me. Yeah, guys, I use Quantower. That's like I used
I might
I
try
used Ninja,
Quantire
but I
though.
just I liked Quantower a lot better.
Yeah,
It's my favorite.
I might give Quant a shot.
It's super clean. Trade to get the trade copier to link with other accounts. I think you just have to get the premium
The
version
subscription.
in. Yeah, and it's I think it's less than it's like $30 a month. It's not bad
That's
at
good.
all.
That's good. Yeah.
Totally worth it. I just like the interface. I just feel like Ninja Trader is really outdated.
It is outdated, but like that's the thing. I use TradingView for my charts. I only kind of use InTrader for limit orders, bracket orders, and like stop orders. That's it. Like I
Yeah,
don't. It's just my execution platform, so that's why I
yeah.
don't really mind it too much.
Oh yeah,
New
that's what it was at
what is
FFN.
it?
The
Yeah, someone
news
said new
rules.
rules.
Yeah, the news
Oh,
rules.
you can't trade news. Is that what it is?
And I think it's like yellow. It's like weird news too, right?
Oh no way. I mean I have a contact with them. I got
Yes,
to be like,
that's what it was.
you
That's what
gotta
it
fix
was.
that.
Yeah, it was some weird, yeah, like yellow folder news too. It was some ridiculous stuff.
Were you able to trade news before, or what was the deal?
I think
Like
it
news in
was.
general.
I don't remember. I would have to look. I don't want to tell you something that I don't know.
Yeah, maybe chat can answer.
Yeah, I
So
got.
they know.
Yeah, I have to check. That's what it was. It had something. It was something ridiculous with the new news rules.
I honestly I would rather prop firms only care about the big ones, so like CPI, non-farm payroll, PPI, FOMC. I think those four are very
Yeah,
critical.
yeah.
Who cares if it's like a little 10 a.m. retail sales or something like that? Which usually, like, I don't know if people are really trading based off that. They're just trading, they're trading charts.
Yeah.
Is that new?
No,
Someone said.
I don't ever trade red folder news, guys. That's not something I'm interested in.
Yeah. Well,
If
regardless,
Chad,
yeah,
this is
go
what
ahead.
happens. If I'm in a trade already, like say I'm in a trade in London, right? I'm not cutting the trade because of a red folder news event. Normally, this is how I see it. If my technical analysis is aligned and I have my A plus setup, news is just going to be a catalyst for it to drive it to my take profit. It's never going to really go against me. If I'm getting an A plus setup and it's a CPI day, that's just the fundamental news is just going to drive that.
Yeah.
And it's not like I'm on the 1 minute time frame and I'm over leveraged and then CPI data is coming out. It's totally different when you're
He's
on
about
a
to hit your
higher time
TP
frame.
way quicker.
Yeah. No, I'm not looking at London and Asia red folders. I'm not even looking at that news. I'm only concerned with the USD news happening at like 8:30 through 10 o'clock. I'm not concerned with the other news. I don't even have that up. To be honest, I don't ever look at it.
Yeah.
Right. No, you're right. The props might, and that's what I said. FFN, it might be a problem with them. 100%. You're completely right. My stop size and position size, it'll depend. It's never static. It's more of a dynamic risk. So I'm going based off of normally I'll take my entry off of a fair value gap. Now, how big is the gap? At what time of the day did the gap come? All my risk is different. It's never linear. It's different each time. It's dynamic.
Potentially a pump here. We swept these internal lows. I can see this happening. I'm not sure if I'm going to be trading. Um, I'll probably just take on just my life on it. We take anything else today? How many people do you think buy accounts a day? Well, that depends. I think it's a big question because people buy lots of accounts. They buy, from TopStep, from Apex, from Tradeify. There's so many options, and there's some people that start out small, but then after they get payout, they reinvest them. They buy more firms, more firms.
Yeah, that's crazy. 50K a day. Holy cow.
That makes you think that's why when he
Bro, that's
blows his
literally
account, he blows
bunk.
100K, 200K of balance in Apex. You don't feel a thing because you're making like 100K per day already.
Yo, that's insane, bro.
Yeah.
See, if you're doing that, you don't care about burning accounts ever.
Dude, when I take losses in my trade, or when I tilt, it hasn't happened in a while, but when I was blowing my Apex 3 months ago, because I had these Apex for 3 months already. So before that, probably I took a hit, and that made me. I think I canceled the stream. I'm like, I don't want to trade anymore. I'm just gonna take a day off and just get my mind right. Then, but I think the same time Patrick blew his account too. He's like, yes, go. Let's get more evals. Let's pass them again. I can't feel the same thing.
There's no
It's
way
tough.
he's not churning.
It's really tough.
He's churning and burning those accounts, bro. He's got to be. There's no way he's not. Brian and Tyler, take a guess on how much Apex makes a day.
Apex makes a day?
It's got to be a couple million
in
dollars.
revenue. In revenue, they probably make. Yeah, I mean,
he's over 4,000 evals. How do you know that, Josh?
Well, that's evals. Evals
Dave,
doesn't really matter, but it's funded.
Dave, you missed it. He was in here before. Chat, I may have gotten a little overboard, but I don't like the way he talks to Brian. Listen, Brian's my boy, and I think he's extremely harmless. And for him to talk about Brian like that, especially on social media, I don't like that at all. So I got really upset when he was in here because I knew he was going to come and say stuff about Brian, and I don't like it.
It was the opposite, though.
He's like the most innocent kid, and you're going to say that these negative stuff about him, I'm going to have his back. I don't care if the guy hates me. But if you're going to come for Brian, it's really going to bother me. Bad.
Yeah, well, he didn't even try to troll me this side. It looked like it was like a peace offering.
As soon as he was in here, I knew he was gonna say nonsense, so I just blew up. And maybe, listen, chat, maybe I got a little bit overboard, but I really was upset, and I just don't like the way he carries himself as a human, especially when you have a platform as big as his. Like, the way you carry yourself like that, it's just so negative, and everything about him and him in the industry is negative. I don't like the way he just moves. I hate it. And especially when he's coming for Brian, that drives me nuts. He's never saying anything positive about anybody. It's all negative all the time.
Well, he already kind of showed why he does it. It's for engagement, for clicks, which he kind of gives it in a way, like he's playing the villain character, like Conor McGregor style, but more hated. But
Brian, I know that, but it just goes far beyond that. It's more of a respect thing, and just
I get that.
To people, it's just so evil, bro. And I don't like that. That's the only reason why I got super upset, is because I saw the shit that he was saying about you, and I feel like you don't have the voice to speak up for yourself because you're such a nice guy that I needed to do it for you. That's what I felt like.
Yeah,
because I know, dude, you're so innocent, bro. I don't like that.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah, that's why when he was coming in, I was just still locked in trade. I didn't want to get him off my game here. We actually caught a good trade. But yeah, if you guys saw, he was coming to deliver a invite. He's like, we used to be friends. Now that we're not trading, we can talk about it.
What was the deal? What was the deal with that?
He's like, we used to be friends, and then he's like, when are you gonna come to the BH? It's time now. I was like.
No, I'm not saying Brian can't stand up for himself. I'm saying that Brian has a large platform and he has good morals. I don't get, chat. If I got, blacklisted from freaking Twitter and this shit, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I literally don't give a fuck. The difference between me is I don't care. Brian has a business he's running. He runs this live stream. He's got the smart profit. He needs to carry himself in a much different way. I don't really give a shit, chat. I do not care. If somebody's going to talk bad about Brian for no reason, I'm going to stand up for him. And it's not even me. If he was talking shit about me, I wouldn't care. It's more when you're talking shit about people that I actually care about. That drives me even more nuts, bro. I don't like it. And that he blocked me on Twitter, and he doesn't know that he blocked me. You clearly knew that you blocked me because you had to click the button. So what are you even talking about?
He could have blocked. I think he blocks everyone though. So like, unless he knows
Ryan,
you
how can
specifically.
you say he doesn't know me and he blocked me? Obviously, you know that you clicked the button to block.
Did
Like,
you did you
what are you saying?
comment in something that he didn't like in his post? Was that the context behind it?
Yeah, I don't.
You
Wait,
probably
what were
said.
you saying?
No, I'm asking. Like, did
I'm
you
reading the
comment
chat.
something in his post?
I don't even. I don't even think I commented anything.
Oh shit! Why did you just block it? That's weird. He usually block so many people that that kind of hates him on Twitter,
Yeah,
or
I
say
just
say
don't
the
like the
negative.
negativity that he brings to the space. I don't like that, especially when you are successful and you do have you are making this money with affiliates and stuff. Like you're bringing and I know he's doing it to make more money. I understand. I just don't
Yep.
respect it. That's it. I don't like people like that.
$15 here. Let's see.
Chat, you got to understand that this stuff goes far beyond money. Okay, money isn't everything. There's morals in life. There's the way you carry yourself. How people are going to remember you. Are people going to respect you? I don't care how much money you make. I really don't. He thinks everything has to do with a monetary value. It doesn't. I don't know. That's why I got a little upset, chat. Did I go a little overboard? Yes, and I'm sorry about that. Okay,
He probably didn't expect that. He's like, "Who is that? Who's this guy
I'm
talking
taking
shit to me?"
Brian, when I saw him, I got so upset. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm the complete opposite. Yeah, he's like motivating people to be like that. That's facts, Dave. That's facts. It's just the way he acts is just completely unnecessary at all. It's so over the top. Yeah, Dave. You know what? I got a little carried away. Chat. I don't want to be cursing and stuff, but I'm telling you right now, he made me so mad about the stuff he was posting about Brian. And the stuff he says to people on the internet, and like I can't stand that. I'm sorry for getting mad, chat, and cursing and carrying myself in a way where I don't, want to be looked at like that. But I just had to stick up for my boy. That's it. I respect Brian. He's the only person that I do live streams with. I haven't done live stream with anybody else. I only do with Brian.
Yep.
That's my guy right here. I'm loyal to Brian. I know like I have a good sense of people and their energy and stuff. And Brian is just completely innocent. And to say that to say that nonsense about him, it just drives me up the wall.
Someone drop a timestamp. You can look at the transcript. To be honest, Brian does instigate a little on X. Yes, most of the time though, it's just me kind of firing back because at a certain
Listen,
point.
Brian, I love you, but you ain't getting half my payout, kid. Sorry. Yeah, that was funny. That was a good one.
Tyler.
That was a good one.
Fine. 20% is fine. It's all good.
Yeah, Brian was
good.
standing up for himself. He wasn't instigating back. You think Brian would have even started any of that if it didn't happen? Come on.
Yeah. Because like if you look at the amount of posts, he does like 4 or 5 times more posts than I do.
Yeah.
And it's most of the time me responding back than firing.
No, because I was sitting here, I was reflecting on how I was acting, and I didn't like that. I literally blew up because I don't want to like bring that to the space, but it's just like he is like a different animal. I just don't like it, and it immediately brought me back to the way he was being towards you. So I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, chat. If that got you upset today, I'm sorry. He made what? About me? Oh, he tweeted about Brian. Chat. I'm getting word from the fiance that he did cheat. He did tweet about Brian. Is that true?
See, I'm just focused on the stream.
No, this is the thing, chat, is that when he came in here, I saw his name and I knew what he was gonna do already in here. And I didn't and I wasn't even gonna let it happen. Was not even going to let it happen. So I blew up. Did I curse a little bit? Did I act out of character? Yes. I'm just asking for the chat's forgiveness today.
Let's see what he
Thanks, Mo.
says while we're waiting. I don't think we're getting more trades. Talking shit about me.
Okay, sorry, chat. Yeah, let's focus on the charts. 100%. 100%.
Chat, is it bad? Would it be a bad thing for my fund features? I started with $2,500 balance, right? I made 3,500, and I think it took like 3,200 in payouts, so like already more than that. And I finally hit liquidation on it. Like I don't think that's a bad thing. It's not me blowing it up. I mean, we'll still way profitable over it. Okay, all I know also, if I were to say something, just like I think a week ago or 2 weeks ago, Patrick had 20 Apex accounts again, and then he never posted about it. He only posted about one of them.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Well, I wonder what happened to them.
wonder what happened, man.
They must have
And
magically
and then
disappeared into thin air.
versus me, you guys saw my accounts, 67 days running right now, the same accounts. So,
Bro, I'm on day 43, first set of 20 PA accounts. What's anyone got to say about that?
yeah. Did your affiliate revenue go up when you were doing it? I don't think I only kind of said that just to annoy him. He's like, you're benefiting me if you keep on like stirring up shit. I don't think it did anything. It was very stagnant.
He goes, I made $1 million last year. I go, dude, I'm up 800,000 and I didn't even get my full cap payout with Apex yet. It's only the year's only half done. So who's really winning?
Patrick's still here, is he? Is he just sitting here?
Nah, he ain't here. He was here for like 10 minutes.
He's watching.
Maybe he's silent.
But yeah, I mean, that's what it is. We'll just see the 350 algo, and then we'll likely wrap this up.
Nothing like a little trading drama, right, chat? You know, get your day going, get you through the day. Yeah, he is, Dave. 100%. 100%, without a doubt.
What are we doing, chat? Do we? It looks like we're gonna get this closure, and I think maybe the next we're gonna get a sell off to close the day. That's what it looks like for me right now. What I'm looking at. Short looks good, yeah. It's starting to look good. But I don't think there's enough time in the charts to really do it because you're kind of playing near the algo time.
Algo's coming.
Oh, you know what? I forgot. We were supposed to do some giveaways, chat. I forgot about it. Let's do two right now.
Brian, come on.
We were taking some trades.
Brian, we got to do some giveaways for the boys.
For those who still stuck around to the end, it's like a longer stream than I usually would do. lately.
Chat, did you enjoy the stream today? I mean, I feel like you got a little bit of it all. You know, if you think about it, you got some trading, you got some
Trading,
drama, you got a little
drama.
bit of reality TV. I feel like we
Yeah.
really we touched
And
on it
then
all today. Chat,
psychology too, talking about like
we got
answering
everything.
questions.
You got a little bit
Little
of psychology,
FAQ.
a little journaling. I feel like this was another successful stream.
Yeah.
Bro, you know what we should do?
What?
Let's set up like a day where I come on the stream like every single day. Like
Like a
not
week?
every
Like
or like once a week.
yeah. What day would you
Shoot,
want? Friday's taken with
what
Lanto. I
about
think he likes to
Thursdays?
do
I like
Thursday.
Thursdays.
We can do Thursday. Is that a
All right,
day
chat.
that? What's the best win rate day for you? You have something like that?
Well, it just depends, bro. I can't that. It just depends on the marketing conditions. Like, and plus I'm trading in the morning. I'm never going to be trading at this time. But chat, would you like me to be on every Thursday each week? Let me hear it. Would you like it to be a
Tyler
regular
Thursday
thing?
TT. Thursday be good.
Thursdays for tea? Yeah, I could help
No,
with some charts
yeah.
for sure. I just would give my chat. I'm going to be completely honest. I would be giving my higher time frame knowledge. I leave the lower time frame stuff to Brian because
Yeah.
I'm just not as consistent on the lower time frames.
Hey, we took that banger trade. I think the last time you were on, the very last time we had you.
Yeah. The marketing conditions were great. We happened
Yeah.
to catch a trending day though, Brian, to be honest.
Yeah. Still a trade. So it was like no drawdown. It was like I think like 50
Yeah,
points.
no, it was a great trade.
All right, yeah. Comment. Did I say that? Oh, let me see.
Yeah, Josh, you're
Comment.
crushing it, dude. Nice. Yeah, the lowest I'll go is M15, but normally I'm on the 30.
Damn, we're dumb. Dude, I really wanted this closure first
That was
or
crazy.
before.
Yeah.
Then I would have been shorting already. It's tough. Because you were waiting for it, and then there's not much time in the markets to really play this anymore.
Yeah. Wow, what a
They're getting
dump,
very
bro.
aggressive
Holy
now.
cow. Wow. Extremely aggressive sell-off right now. Jeez.
All right, let me look at the winners to see who we got.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Look at it go, bro.
Yep. If it happened like 30 minutes ago, I'm pretty sure we would have secured this.
Okay, nice, Josh. I'll check it out after the stream's over.
All right. I'll give you guys another 40 seconds if you guys want to enter the giveaway. We're about to pull the winner here.
Pick a winner. Pick a winner.
We'll pick two. We got Tyler on Thursday and Lento on Friday. We got to fill in the last 3 for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Unless we want to do solo too.
Right. It's good for you to have a solo day. You deserve a
Yeah,
solo
it
day.
is.
For sure.
I mean, like, even today, like, you were talking to chat. I was kind of focused in. I was, like, locking in the trading. I did share chat, like, a few trades while you're discussing. So it was a good mixture.
Yeah. No, I just wish that price action was a little better, like as far as the higher time frame, and then maybe I could have. It would be nice to align my analysis with your lower time frame, and then we could really cook it up.
That'd
Like
be
we did
fire.
on that one trade.
Yeah.
You had the lower time frame hitting, I had the higher time frame, and then as when those
Bang
correlate,
them out.
yeah, exactly. So I wish we could have got a trade today, but the market this week has been just so bad. Yeah, it is. I like working the chat. I just don't want to take away from when Brian's speaking. That's all.
Yeah, no, I was typing in chat and I was just putting
Yeah.
markings on the charts, so it was like
Sometimes
very
I get a little
clear.
passionate, and I go on a rant for a little while, but I feel like it was a good stream.
Yeah, it was a successful one. All right, 2 winners here. It's Gray Sky Morning and Chewy Jewy. What the heck is that?
Chewy!
Chewy Jewy.
Shout
Round
out
of applause.
my guy Chewy. Congratulations, brother.
Chewy Jewy.
Chewy.
Okay, we're gonna try to wrap this up on a Friday. Get a 1-hit banger again. Try to wrap this up.
See.
All right, what do you guys think for algo here? 350 algo coming up in 30 seconds here.
Yo, chat is crazy.
Here's that. I feel like we did get a nice retrace. This algo could spike it up. Let's see. We haven't ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see if we can get somewhere up here. Oh, look at that, chat. Big spike.
Yo. Brian's the market maker.
They were watching the stream. They were watching the stream. This is a pretty clean price action. I think this price action I tend to thrive more on because it's somewhat trend based, but at the same time we're like range bound, so like we're getting a nice delivery. So like once with that close, we got a nice bearish close, and then with a 350 algo coming up, we're already pushing back up.
Buy side too.
Yeah, we swept that too. Imagine slapping like 10 minis on all Apex. Boom. Be like 50K in like 5 seconds.
I could never.
How did I know? That was an educated guess only from like me looking at the higher time for the 15 minute. We already basically bounced out his BPR. We had this closure, so I would think we get a nice retrace.
Yo, Brian I think my stream, my podcast with Riz should be out next week or the week after. He said soon. I saw on Twitter today. He actually wrote back to me. I could text him too and ask. But I'm sure, like I said, he was telling me there's a lot of hype around it, so he's probably doing it on purpose to boost the views up.
Yeah.
Because I know that's going to do really well for him because a lot of people were asking about that. So
I saw like Kane one did like 100K views. Let me check.
I know.
I don't know.
Kane did like 30K in like a day. It's crazy.
Like that. This channel's like already blowing up. Yeah, like high production, dude. It's crazy.
The value of that YouTube channel is insane. To be getting that free analysis from like some of the best traders in the industry. And it's super high production, Brian. When I was there, I felt like I was on a TV set.
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's what I heard from you.
There was a camera above my head looking down, and then the production guy was standing on the table. It was crazy.
You know what's funny? This could be a contrast. If we ever do like an in-person podcast, something, my setup's gonna be so jank compared to that wrist one. Like right now, look at me. I'm like in a dungeon right now.
No, it's okay, bro. It's more personal with you that way. Yeah. This was like I felt like I was on a TV show.
When do we get a stock appearance? No, Riz asked me a few times if I want to hop out. When I told him, I was like, let me run up a bag. Let me submit my name first because I want to focus on that, and then we can do some marketing or make a video, podcast, whatever.
Yeah, yo, he's a good guy. When we went out to dinner, he paid for the entire bill. He didn't ask for us for a single dime, and it was like 15 of
Yeah.
us there. You know,
I have a
he's a solid
question
dude.
on that. So when you were like making stuff for like chart fanatics and all that, like, are you getting paid anyway or like compensated, or is it like
No,
kind of like a
no,
mutual? You get. I was just wondering.
no. I did it entirely just because I like doing this stuff and I like giving back and I like sharing my experiences. I don't expect anything, bro. To be honest with you.
Hmm.
I didn't want anything out of it. You know, I did some content for Alpha Futures as well. I think they're going to be releasing some reels. I did content for Alpha Prime because I'm in a live account with Alpha Prime,
Yeah.
and I did content for that with Riz. And just mostly, I just wanted to, share my experience with everyone because I feel like mine's pretty unique in the sense that I don't have anything to sell. I don't have a Discord. I don't have anything like that. Made this entirely just by trading and making my money through the markets. And I just feel like, my experience could, if it could rub off on somebody and give them hope and, you know, be successful. I'm like everyone else. So that's really why I did it.
Yeah. I guess he pays you in food. Like, let's go to dinner, and like,
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
I
listen,
got it.
if
I
it
got
grows
paid
my,
for it.
at the end of the day, if it grows my socials, I'm cool with that. Like I enjoy it to have the interaction with you guys and have you guys support me. Trading is a lonely thing, bro. It really is. So to do these live streams and to have people on Twitter supporting me, I love it. And if I can
Yeah.
help you guys in any way, that's more to me than what I'll take away in the markets, The payouts mean
Yeah.
nothing to me anymore. I already feel numb to the payouts. But when you guys tell me that I helped you in some way, that really helps. That makes me feel great. So
Someone's asking, did he pay for your flights, your travel expenses? I assume not,
there was
right?
no
If you.
travel expenses because I
Oh,
live in
yeah, you're
Miami.
there.
At the where we did the podcast was probably 2-minute drive from me. It was at the Move in Miami.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah,
So
so I'm
you're
sure
like
you've
you're still
seen
in your
it. It's
apartment.
a really famous podcast studio. So like Mark Cuban's been there, like all big name people, and it's really nice.
What's Titans of tomorrow? That
I
that kind of
refer
sounds
you to
sick.
me. Yeah, Dave. Yeah, are you talking about me, Dave? I would love that.
Oh, I think this other podcast guy.
Yeah, yeah, I would love to do that for sure.
Tell us about going on a marketing run or going like a tour, sharing his journey.
Yeah, I feel like mine's really good because, like I said, bro, I put everything into this. I know, and I was telling chat this. I don't tell you to I don't recommend it to you, but I went into large credit card debt. That's how much I believed in myself. I really was delusional. I was like, I knew my model was that good, and I had the data on it. I maxed out all of my credit cards on Forex challenges. I passed every single one of them. And then I got my first big payout of 20,000 and I paid the cards off. I quit my job, I moved to Miami, and I had 3 consecutive six-figure months. So it's like if I can do this, I changed my entire life in 6 months. You guys can do it too. Every single one of you. No, I'm no different.
What a
Holy
what a
cow, look at this
dump!
candle,
Holy
man.
crap! This is nuts.
Yo, what? The
Like,
model's coming, guys. Wait for the podcast because it shows all the in-depth technical analysis. You will get a step-by-step and chart. I show my charts and I show things on the whiteboard. It's extremely good. You're gonna like it.
that's good.
It's better than any way that I could explain it to you verbally. Just wait. I know you guys want to see it, but just be patient. It's coming.
You know, I think that's gonna probably wrap up the day. Or we're closing out to market close.
Yo, that
One
was insane.
trade
That was
only.
nuts.
Yeah. This makes me even regret me more. Like we should have had this move happening like 40 minutes ago because I would have been in this move. I was waiting for it, but that was picture perfect. It was good. It's just like the wrong timing for me to
That
go
was
for it.
absolute dump.
Do you? That's how I had a question. Do you usually would you trade like if everything lines? I guess unless you do care about time, like would you trade like something like reckless, like or volatile, like
Never.
the 350
Never.
time?
Never. I
I
am
have such a
my
worse
models are
performance.
solely based off of time, Brian. Solely.
Yeah, that's why I forgot about.
And you know what? It's more than that. It's that I'm really good at trading session opens. That's my
Hmm.
strength. So Asia session open, London open, and then I have a 5-minute model that I just recently put into my playbook that is a 9:30 open. It's like a reversal model. And my entry is if it aligns with the 950 macro, it's a home run, bro. Those sometimes I get those setups and it's huge.
Yeah.
But yeah, most of the time I'm looking for Asian session open trade, London session open trade, or I'm looking for the New York session open. I'm more of just trading the opens. If it, I stay far away from the PM session. But listen, if I can come here and I can catch like a low risk setup, then I'm down.
Yeah, you get served the Brian special. Join in with us. Just know if you
Yeah,
take a trade
listen.
from my signal, man, I got to get 20% of the payout.
Oh, come on.
Is that
That's a
Brian
big chunk
tax?
of change, Bry.
Something light.
No, but yeah, if we can I think we can cook up if I'm on the higher time frame, like if I trade off the 15 or 20 and then maybe you see something after mine is that is aligning, that would really build confluence to the setup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I know 20 is kind of steep. I just looking at anything else, like going beneath that 15 is rough for me, bro. It's hard.
All right, guys. Any last question for us? 2 per minutes here.
Any other questions, chat? Anything else before we wrap it up? Not about the model. The model is coming. I promise. Just wait for the podcast because it'll go far greater than what I could do in explaining it to you guys here. The moment that changed everything for me is when I knew I had a strong edge back tested model with over 5 years of data. That's when I knew I had it. If I just remained disciplined, didn't go on tilt, and didn't over leverage, that I would pass all the accounts. Why? Because I had the data to prove it. I had the mathematics. All I had to do was just execute. And that's when everything changed for me.
Wait, do you talk about your story on the Riz podcast? Or is it just chart platform or a trade?
For chart fanatics, it's mostly just technical analysis.
Oh, okay. And did you have a podcast with Riz too or no?
I had a podcast with him. I think I did 2 with him. I did one for I had one. I did one for Alpha Prime where I talked about my journey, and then I did some real stuff for Alpha Futures.
Oh,
But
okay.
I've done some other podcasts where, like with Think Capital for the Forex firm, where I had the $51,000 payout. I talk about my journey there. It's on YouTube. If you guys ever want to go check it out.
Yeah. The first time that we had you on, it was like the chat was loving you, but like that felt like a podcast in itself. Just like us just talking back and forth. And I'm not sure if we had a face on that time. I don't think we did, right?
Yeah, no, we didn't.
But it felt like a podcast. Usually, like everyone's so in it and like immersed into the storytelling.
This is the thing is that it's so relatable, bro. It's
Mhm.
not like all these other bullshit people out there. I'm just like everyone else. The struggles that you guys are going through, chat, right now, I promise you they're nowhere near as bad as mine. I lost every dime to my name. Everything. I was hopeless. I wanted to quit. I had people, my mom told me I was nuts. The people at work were freaking bullying me for trading and calling me all kinds of names. If you know the construction industry, it is rough, bro. Especially the elevator union. These guys were super hard on me. I was getting screamed at every day. I didn't give a shit. I wanted this so bad. I wanted financial freedom. I wanted to wake up every day like I do now, not have to answer to a boss. And when I finally got to that point, it was like the biggest blessing in my life, and I'll never take it for granted. I got that. My first big payout was 20 grand. I cried. I was crying. I was like, holy cow, because I knew I did
That's
it.
good. Yeah. 20K is
And I paid
a
off
lot too. Like,
that was my first big payout through a CFD firm. And I got that and I paid off all my credit cards. I cried, bro. It was like the feeling of that was more than the money. It was just like I finally made it. Like all those years of hard work, I finally did it. And I was just so proud of myself.
yeah, I can't remember that one payout where I'm like, damn, I accomplished it. Like that big payout where at that time was relative. It was like really good for me. It's like I guess it gotta been like so long ago. It must have been like 10K or something. Probably an
Yeah,
Apex, honestly. But
Yeah,
it is
Josh,
life changing too.
I just turned 30 years old. March 29th. Just turned the big 3-0.
Big three.
Yeah, I'm old fart, guys.
You unk status now.
Yeah,
You got called
40K.
Tyler Unk Ty.
Yeah, I'm uncle. I'm unk.
I wonder if I'm still gonna be streaming when I'm unk status when I'm like 30.
Hell yeah,
That's like
Brian. Why not?
well, that's 7 years from now. Like I feel like at that point I'll be off social media and just trading on my own. I think that's kind of like what my path would be if I'm like trying to like think about it, because I would have so much money being built up, invested already, that I don't think I would need to play the social media game and like talk about him. I'd probably just be isolated
Yeah,
and
there's
then just
nothing wrong.
have a big capital, like maybe even start like a not like prop firm, but like a capital. What would they call it? Like a hedge fund or
Yeah,
when they
that just
something like that.
like getting into like, or you get into like private equity or something like
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
Brian.
something like. I mean, that would be probably the goal, like eventually.
Yeah.
Because then I'll just be swing trade. I probably won't be on the 1 minute anymore. I'll be on the higher time frame. Just
Bro, and I promise you, you'll never look back.
mm-hmm.
You'll be like, why didn't I do this sooner? It's such a more relaxed way of trading. You're not, every single candle isn't such an emotional roller coaster. It's hard to turn that off and to become numb to that. It takes such a long time. I mean, I'm telling you, years, bro, to not be emotional when you're on the lower time frame.
Dave's
It's not an easy thing.
I feel like I'm getting older already. I'm turning 24 in 2 months. I think 2 months. 14 on Twitter always though. We're gonna keep that bit.
Yeah, bro, and it's crazy because once I got that 20K payout, none of the payouts felt the same. And you try to chase that feeling. Like making that first 20K is way different than when I just withdrew 80K in the last 2 weeks from Apex.
Exactly.
I feel entirely different, bro. It was because it was a monumental thing for me where it was like, finally, that feeling. I remember I closed the trade. I was in a USD JPY trade and I closed it at 3:00 in the morning and I was freaking out. I was crying.
Yeah, I feel like for me, like I'm getting a big payout still, but like it's just like I don't feel even accomplished or feel any type of thing. It's like business as usual. It's like I just did that like 5-6 months in a row.
Yeah,
I guess expected it.
You're focusing on your system and you're just, you're executing your edge. That's what it comes down to. You get paid to execute your edge. You don't get paid to be here and be happy that you made a $15,000 win. That's cool, but you get paid to leave your emotions at the table, focus on your edge, keep your losers small, and let your winners ride. That's it.
Yeah. I guess the next thing I'll feel something when I extract a big payout from Apex. Because I'm uncapped now, guys. So like if I could do it if I want to.
All right, once I get that 1 million, we're renting a yacht and you're coming here to Miami. We're doing a yacht rental. And we're gonna invite Mr. Patrick on this yacht rental. Okay. He's invited. Okay. But he has to pay for all the drinks at the barbecue.
Percentage of monthly income that puts you put in long-term investment, I probably like at least like 35-40% of it. I usually roll a lot of it in, and then a big chunk just like in high yield savings just for taxes. Really, I have, dude, this year taxes are gonna be nuts. Every year keeps on going like 50%. But make more money because then you have more taxes, but you have more money to your hands. And then maybe next year we gotta get a crib in Puerto Rico.
Right, I think that's the move.
That might be the move. Like, what if you just
crib?
Yeah, like you just have a house, and then all of us could have the residency there. We just gotta live there 6 months, right? I think that's the requirement.
It's genius.
That'd be it. That'd be it.
I think we're gonna have a group house. The smart prop firm crib.
Yeah. You might lose your Wi-Fi more often. Oh shit! Do I gotta get a Starlink or something?
We gotta get Starlink.
Costa Rica, not Puerto Rico.
No,
is Costa Rica
like this? Brian, we both live in Florida. To go all the way to Costa Rica, it's like, why would we do that when we could just go to Puerto Rico?
It'd be a quick flight too, right? It'd be like an hour, 2-hour flight to Puerto Rico.
Longer for you. Yeah.
Yeah, or maybe. Yeah.
Oh, well, of course. I'm not saying Puerto Rico is a beautiful place to live. I'm going there for the tax haven.
For the tax, dude, it's like
It's like
you
I'm
would
not
cut
going to
your
stay
tax
in the.
so
I'm not
much. You're
going to buy
saving
a
six
house in the
figures.
favelas of Puerto Rico. I'll probably stay in Dorado Beach where like everyone else stays, like the Pauls and TJR.
Yeah, we'll get all the traders in. Get a big house, get a big mansion. That'll be live. All right, guys. I think that's gonna wrap up the stream here. This is pushing like past 3 hours now, guys. That was unplanned too. We're just having fun. Yep. Yeah, but we took one trade. Hope you guys enjoyed. We're gonna run this back tomorrow. I think we have Lanto on tomorrow too, and then I think for Tyler, I think we're gonna try to do Thursday Tyler's. So you guys want to see more of them? You'll see something on next Thursday, right?
Hell yeah. Love you, chat.
Let's go. All right, I'll wrap this up here, guys. Have a good one.
All
I'll
right,
see you guys
chat,
tomorrow.
I'll see you guys next week. Bro, I love you. Thanks for having me on. And stay disciplined tomorrow. Don't over risk.
Stay disciplined,
Monday's a
baby.
holiday too. And love you guys.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Later.